best episodes we've ever had.
That's the goal.
We appreciate that.
Because I know you guys are just fucking like wild dudes and fun and like to talk shit. We haven't partied in here while we've actually done an episode in a long time. So we got some whiskey, we got some weed, and we'll fucking see where the night goes.
Well, I know you said no to cigars, or no, but you said smoke cigars, but I did bring one for you if you wanted one.
Dude, I'll smoke a cigar with you. Of course I will.
Really?
I said I'll smoke it in the studio, and it was you that was like, "Oh, hold on
Dude,
a second,
it's gonna make it smell like cigar, though.
I got my ghee behind me.
Yeah, that's gonna smell
You're gonna
like
make
cigar.
everything reek, huh?
I mean, usually that's what happens, unless that fan works.
No, that's a heater. It's not a fan.
Then yeah, that's probably not a good idea to do.
All right, then we'll smoke a cigar. We'll just make everything smell like weed then. All right, and then we'll smoke a cigar at the end. You know, it's funny. I was just driving here. I was backing out of my garage. It's a fucking monsoon outside for people that aren't from Washington. And a droplet of water went right onto my fucking backup camera. And I was lost, dude. I was like, fuck, dude. I can't see anything.
I hate that.
I was like, dude, I hope I don't like run over a late trick-or-treater or something, right? And then I was like, hey, dummy, you didn't get a backup camera until 2020. For the other 30 years of driving, you use these things called mirrors. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, that's right. I have those.
And I made it. I made it out. No, the reason I wanted to have you guys on is we do a series within my podcast. I call it the Jiu Jitsu Chronicles. And we just highlight different people that train here and talk to them about their path as a martial artist and how it's changed their life and their goals and all that stuff. Because as you guys imagine, a lot of the listeners are jiu-jitsu guys and martial artists.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, fuck, dude. We were hanging out the other night and everybody was done training. We're in the sauna. And you guys did another like 30 minutes intervals on the assault bike.
It was really good.
What was that? One and one for a minute at a time?
Yeah, 1 sprint. 1 minute sprint, and then the other person rests, and then the other person hops on.
Okay. And I was watching you guys just murdering yourselves. And I was like, oh, dude, we need to have these animals on the show. You know? Because it's a different vibe. Fighters are a different vibe, dude.
Yeah.
And then, you know, what else I was thinking? The three most respectable people that come into this gym are you two and then Matt Walters.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
who he is?
yeah, the big cop.
Yeah, dude. All three of you guys are always like, hey, sir, nice to see you. Thanks for having me here, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I thought fighters were supposed to be like kind of brash dicks, dude. I was like, no.
Just Sean Strickland.
No, he's actually super nice in person. I actually saw him like 2 weeks ago at the UFC PI. He's out there teaching a class because he had a little incident. I don't know if you guys saw it.
I did see that.
What incident did he have?
There was like a regional promotion going on and like something went on between the fighters and he was in the corner. And then like after the fight, the guy said something. Sean Strickland stormed in the cage, gave him a couple juicers to the lips.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah, he did. And so he got like a little bit of a suspension and the UFC was like, hey, you should go teach classes at the UFC PI. So it was actually kind of late. He was like teaching a bunch of kind of like hobbyists some jiu-jitsu. It was funny as hell.
That's right. He was cornering a guy.
Yep.
And then he jumped in.
Yeah.
That's right. I did see that.
Yeah.
But dude,
Classic.
here's the thing. And this is why the UFC loves Sean Strickland.
I love him too.
You know what you're going to get with him.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Authentic.
And if you know what you're going to get with someone, bro, you can build a fan base. Because as the saying goes, you try and appease everybody, you fucking appease nobody. So
I need to write that down. That's
yeah,
good.
dude, that's it, man. So Sean Strickland's just like, hey, this is me. Like me or not, fuck you. You see fucking Derek Moneyberg is suing him.
Oh, yes.
Derek Moneyberg. Dude, that guy looks like a fucking troll. God damn it.
He's a black belt though. So
Oh, God, dude.
Apparently he's a very legit black belt too. And did you see the interview he did with Ariel Helwani where he was
It
like,
was terrible,
dude,
bro.
It was so fucking hilarious.
Ariel Helwani just
Let
fucking
him have
ripped him up.
It was so awesome. But the fact that Derek Moneyberg was like, yeah, you know, all these guys put in all this time. I put in the exact same amount of time in 3 years. And Ariel was just like, that's impossible.
It's impossible, bro.
Literally impossible.
Well, and you guys know, right? Because like the MMA journey and the jiu-jitsu journey, it's very different, but it has a lot of similarities in it too, right?
Yeah.
Agreed.
And the only way to get to the top is fucking starting at the bottom, dude.
Yeah.
And that's it. And you have to grind and you have to work. And a big part of that journey is the men and women to your left and your right, your fucking team. And so,
100%.
dude, you want to fucking... I don't care how much money you have, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You want to fucking be like, oh, I'm going to build this specialized team of 6 high-level black belts to teach me how to become a black belt. bro, you never got raped by the purple belts.
Yeah.
You never got beat by the girls,
Yeah.
right? And thank God I started in like the early 2000s before there were females.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't like, dude, new guys sign up here and they get choked out by women because, hey, that's how it goes now.
Yeah.
But that guy wants to just kind of nerf all the edges and control the environment where he's becoming a black belt. That is counterintuitive. You're not supposed to control the environment. You're supposed to be getting beat up by Mario Miranda and Daniel Stewart and that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying?
C3 OGs.
Yeah, dude.
And Dan. Jesus Christ, that guy.
Fucking Dan, dude.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right, though, because it's hilarious. Because I remember when I first started training, there were other kids who were training at the gym that were my age or a little older. Because I started doing
16
fighters training when I was 16.
That's
I
crazy.
started fighting when I was 16, but I was training at Charlie's since I was 13. And I remember going into FT and being like, oh, there's like one or two other kids here. They're Russian kids, so they were just tougher than shit.
So they don't count as
They
kids.
don't count as kids, yeah. They were just demons.
And you did martial arts prior to that too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bilal and I were actually both Taekwondo fags.
Hey, Taekwondo
Hey,
fags.
Taekwondo
Were you a
fags.
Taekwondo
I was
fag,
not,
Greg?
dude.
Ah,
No,
you're
no.
missing out.
No.
No, when I was a kid, I did a couple years of wrestling and a couple years of kickboxing. There's actually a place here in Lake Stevens, and the instructor's name was Leo, and he was like an OG kickboxer.
Okay.
And bro, and I wish I would have stuck with it.
Yeah.
But when you do 2 years of kickboxing and 2 or 3 years of wrestling, you basically think you're Chuck Liddell in high school.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And then you go against someone. I told you the story. Then I went against someone that it wasn't a fight. It was just training, but someone that's actually legitimately trained. And it's like, oh, I don't know anything, dude.
Yeah.
And then that's when the journey started. Like I'm fucking hooked. And even to this day, like Rafael Lovato came up and just fucking raped me. And there's still a part of me that's like, how can another man do that to me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's disgusting.
But bro, that's the whole point. That's at least for me, that's a big point of this journey. And people can say it's ego. It probably is a little bit of ego. But part of being a man is being able to defend yourself, protect your family, protect your community, and not live in a place of fear.
100%.
That's the biggest thing. And you can, I don't think you ever fully eliminate fear, but you can get fear, you can push fear very far away through a lot of hard training.
Well, and just like Dirty Harry said, every man's got to know his limits. And it's not only exactly what you just said, but it's also knowing your limits between like, okay, maybe I can't beat that guy, but I know I can do this well against him.
Yeah.
Like, I think the hardest I ever got my ass kicked within the past couple of years, other than just grappling in MMA, was Matt Hume.
Oh, shit.
You've said that
nightmares.
a lot, man. You're like, that fucking dude.
I don't understand how how old was he at that time? Like 55?
Yeah, probably fit.
Yeah, he was in his
high 50s.
mid late 50s, and
What's Matt weigh?
like a buck
175
70
or something?
Yeah,
Okay,
buck 70,
yeah.
75.
Yeah.
Like and I, you look at him and you don't. He just looks like a soccer
Normal guy.
guy.
Yeah.
He just looks like a normal guy. Like if you were in a grocery store and you look at him, you'd think nothing of him. Like the average teenager would look at him and go, "Oh, that's just a normal guy." Clearly, he's not a freak athlete and who could kill me in 5 seconds. But when we started out, just striking with him a couple, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool, we're throwing some kicks, throwing whatever. Yeah, I got a little ballsy. I'm like, yeah, let's clinch. Let's see what I know. Matt Hume's clinch is really good, and I want to learn. So let's go clinch. The second I got in the clinch, it was clinch, knee, trip on my back. Could not get him off me.
Wow, dude.
And I've said this before to you. The heaviest pressure I've ever felt in my life is Matt Hume and you.
Bro, I'll take second place to Matt Hume.
It's not
any
a
day
second,
of the week, bro.
It's not a second place thing. It's just like it was just an unreal experience where, as I was trying to get him off of me using every ounce of energy, I was training for a fight, so I was in really good shape. I was going like pushing, bucking, doing everything, and then I look over and Matt Hume is coaching DJ while he's sparring you or something like that. And I'm just sitting there going like, this motherfucker.
Yeah, not only is he fucking taking my soul, he's not even really concerned about anything.
He literally was not concerned
And
at
you
all.
are a pro fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like he's sparring with one of his easy students over there. You know?
And
That's crazy, dude.
And someone who has, I'm like, what, 20 some odd years younger than him? Like 24 years younger than him, and he's just destroying me.
Yeah, dude.
It's fucking disgusting.
Dude, do you remember at not your last fight, but the fight before where I was out there with you? You had a good round one.
Yeah.
Round two wasn't your favorite, probably.
Yeah, I thought I still won that round, but I mean, I thought I won every round except up until the last minute, round 3.
Well, dude, no, the reason that I bring this up is because you said like, you just said like you want to know what you're made of, right? As a
100%
fighter,
all the time.
Remember what I told you after that? Because I had a couple MMA fights. I never got pushed like you got pushed to that fight, though. There was moments where that guy clipped you with some hard shots, bro.
Yeah.
And the blood was all over the place. Some of your blood flew on me when you got hit.
Nice.
And I remember thinking, like, that evening, I was sitting at home talking to Jenny about it. I was like, I've done a lot of dangerous shit between war and doing a couple fights and stuff, right? But how would I show up in that moment? And the truth is, I don't know, because I've never been subjected to that kind of punishment. And I was like, dude, Vasal fucking rallied. Like, you fucking rallied. And it's like, that has to feel good to know. It doesn't matter how far another man pushes you. That fucking dog is in you, and it's not quitting no matter fucking what, dude.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, including even myself, don't really know where you're going to be standing if you get drugged that deep. And I think that's a gift that you guys have given yourselves.
Well, yeah, thanks. We appreciate that. I think that was kind of realized for me 2 fights prior to that one when I was in, I told you this story, I think, when I was fighting for that CFFC title.
Oh yeah. Was that in Philly?
That was in Philly, yeah.
I was there watching that live. That was a fucking sick fight.
Not really, man.
Maybe not for you, but for as an audience, I was like, hell
to
yeah,
watch.
yeah.
Yeah. But it was so I trained my ass off for that fight for 8 weeks and then flew to Mississippi to get to fight. And I had this Europe trip planned immediately after. And so I'm literally waking up the morning of weight cut, about to go cut weight, and I get a text that says, "Hey, you guys in the ER, no fight." No, that's not how this goes. Come on, I trained for like 8 or 9 weeks for this. I'm ready to go. So I call Miranda, the matchmaker for that show, and I was like, "Hey, is this real?" She goes, "Let me text Arias." And sure enough, because I got it from Charlie. Sure enough, 2 minutes later, she calls me back and goes, "Yeah, it's real." I'm like, "All right, I'm about to chug this Pedialyte. Are you sure it's real?" She goes, "Yeah, fight's off." I'm like, "All right, I'm doing it. Like, if I have to cut weight, I'm not doing it."
How far out again was it before the fight?
This was the day before.
The day before.
Day before.
So he fucked up his weight cut? Is that what made him have to pull from the fight?
I don't know if it was fucking up the weight cut, but apparently he had trouble in the past cutting weight, and so he was just like deathly ill. And his coach, apparently he was like throwing up everywhere, well, I'm assuming attempting to, because he probably didn't have much in him. And then his coach was just pulled the plug, was like, "We're taking you to the ERs," because they were driving from Chicago down to Mississippi. They weren't flying.
Okay.
And I don't know why you would do that, but whatever. But so, that happened. So then me and Derek Garcia just ended up, shout out Coach Derek.
Shout out Coach Derek.
We just ended up getting fucking drunk at the casino and gambling for the entire time. And then they're like, "CFFC wants to do an interview with you." I was like, "Fuck yeah. All right." so we went, I was like, "How do I want to do this, Derek? Do I want to do this like super calm and respectful or a WWE style?" And he goes, "WWE style." And I'm like, "All right, we're going to the bar." So like,
You have the cigar and the glasses and everything?
yep, cigar
Yeah.
glasses, American flag tank top. I was like 5 shots of tequila deep, and then I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's roll." and then when I was doing the interview at the very end, I did a little promoting, trash talking type stuff. It wasn't like anything direct to him, but then John Morgan was sitting next to me like cracking up, like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you said that." It was
Good. It was good. You talked about like, "Oh, this is like the first date. You can't stand me up again," or something like that, right?
No, I said, "Jose, you're lucky I believe in second chances because you're not going to get a third when that belt's wrapped around my waist.
Oh, yeah.
I'll see you in October or whatever, or
good.
September, whenever the next fight was." Something along those lines.
Is that what ended up happening then?
Yeah, so we ended up fighting. So I went on my Europe trip after that, and then I remember in Europe every single day I would wake up and I would find the nearest gym, and I would go do whatever workouts I was going to do. And I was in Europe for, I don't know, 10 days.
Okay.
And so I was there, and I was drinking, eating whatever I wanted, walking everywhere and stuff like that. But every single day in the morning, I was going to get like an hour and a half workout in. And I remember every gym, I'd be like, "Okay, where's the row machine?" As you know,
That's the shit, dude.
I fucking hate that machine.
I wish I knew about the rower before I knew about the rower.
It's the worst fucking machine.
Yeah, but afterwards you don't feel beat up. That's
Good
what I've
for your
noticed.
joints.
Yeah.
yeah, it's low impact.
And when you're 45 like me,
yeah,
check in with me when you're 45. like, bro, none of my joints work anymore. I said, "Yeah, I know, dude.
you gotta get on the rower.
Get a rower."
Yeah. But then after that, went back, trained for another 5 weeks, made weight, fought.
So
in
that's
Philly.
that they pushed it back 5 weeks.
They put 6 weeks. So
Okay.
they had the week in Europe or 10 days or so in Europe. Fought in Philly, and exactly what you said though. Back to the main point was, where you kind of find out what you're made of. And I remember I was 15 weeks deep in camp at this point. So 15 weeks for anybody who's done a fight camp is like
That's long.
Yeah, fuck, bro.
2 fight camps pretty much. So I was in phenomenal shape. I've never been in that good a shape in my life.
And this
then-
is featherweight?
This is featherweight,
Okay.
yeah. So he took me down in the 3rd round. He took me down in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. That fucker. I got up in the 2nd though. But shout out Jose Perez. And so I remember he.
And you got good wrestling too, man. So he must be a stud.
He's not the best wrestler, but I was being way overly aggressive
I see.
standing
Yeah.
up. And so when I was coming in, he was shooting underneath, doing a beautiful job at it. I mean, he and his team, they knew exactly what to expect, and they did exactly what they needed to do. But so anyways, he took me down, and it was in the 3rd, and he was standing over me. My head was up against the cage and my back, so I couldn't walk my shoulders off the cage because every time I would turn, he would grab my legs and turn me. And at one point, I literally set my legs down. I was like, all right, dude, come on, pass. Like, I'll get to half guard and I'll get back up. He didn't pass. He just stood above me and kept punching me.
Oh shit.
Just
Yeah.
the smart thing to do, honestly.
Which is the
against
really
you.
smart thing to do
Yeah.
because after the fight, I was like, why didn't you pass my guard? And he goes, I don't want you getting back up. I was like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
And so,
Well, dude, Randy Couture was kind of the godfather of that.
Yeah, ground and
He'd
pound.
sit in half guard and pin those hips.
yeah.
And it's like, dude, if you have good topside pressure, half guard can be a dangerous place to be at on bottom.
Yeah, I had gotten up from half guard the round before. So he took me down. I got to half guard, got back up. But anyways, so what had happened though was in this round, he was above me. And I remember he threw an elbow and I kept like slipping his elbows and he would hit the ground. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, yeah, big elbows. They're not hitting anything, whatever. I don't really care. And I remember the one that cut me, he rears back his elbow and I'm like, this is probably not going to hurt that bad. I was like, I could slip it, but whatever. Sure enough,
Wham.
He hit me, and I go. I remember I put my hand on the side of my head for a second, and I felt liquid. I was like, fuck, that's blood. And I was like, all right, well, we're bleeding. That's it's not the end of the world, whatever. And then I remember like 1 or 2 punches later, I look up and I see him rearing back, big right hand, and I had a whole conversation with myself in maybe like 0.2 seconds.
Isn't that crazy, dude?
It's insane. The adrenaline just slowed everything down. And I go, there's a way out of this. All you have to do is tap on the ground. If you tap, you can get out of here.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to deal with this shit anymore. And you don't have to fucking get punched in the face anymore.
Bro, I love that you're saying this.
Yeah.
Because some guys don't like to admit that voice lives in you.
It's
Some-
always
yeah.
there. It's always there.
You
You just
know?
have to shut it up. But he reared back this big punch, and I remember literally like it eclipsed the light behind him, and I just like, you could tap, you could get out of here. There's a way out of here. There's an easy way out of here. You just have to tap the ground, and then the ref's gonna call it, and then you're done.
Then you'd get beat up by Charlie. In the locker room.
Exactly. And that's a worse pass beating. Yeah. But then I remember as he, after I had that thought, I was like, well, I didn't train 15 weeks for nothing. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm not out of this fight. I'm not dead. He hasn't killed me yet. He's cut me. That's it. That's the only thing he's done. I'm like, we'll see where this goes.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, punch came down. I slipped it again. And then I was able to work up again. I can't remember if I ended up working up again, but 4th round came around and he looked way more tired than I was. And I went for it in the 3rd or in the 4th. And luckily, lucky for him, I didn't get it, but it is what it is.
You ended up losing a decision?
I lost a decision.
Okay.
Yeah. But
But you feel like you rallied in the 4th and 5th?
there was no 5th.
Oh, it was no 5th.
There might. They kept saying so. CFFC does it 4 rounds for a title fight, and then if it's a 2 and 2,
Then a
they
5th
do a
round.
5th.
Okay.
And
That's kind of a mind fuck.
it
definitely
yeah.
is.
Because
So
you don't, not knowing.
exactly. So when we went to the corner, Miranda actually got up and came to us, and at least I think someone told Charlie like, hey, the 2nd round was really close. We're thinking there might be a 5th, and then there wasn't. So it is what it is. I learned some valuable lessons there, but also that to get back to the point, like, that's where I really learned how deep that runs.
Yeah.
Like that having that conversation with yourself, like, this actually isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Getting put on the ground and punched in the face, it could be worse. And then it's not that bad.
Yeah, dude, I did well, just a grappling match. I know you guys, just a grappling match.
Still a match.
It's still
Because, dude, I've won some IBJJF tournaments. I've had some pretty good luck. I've had a lot of bad luck too. But the hardest match I've ever had, you know where it was? It was one of Landon's Arlington submission challenges.
no shit.
AKA.
Bro,
Yeah.
straight up, dude. And I did the open weight division.
Yeah.
And it was the finals. And we did whatever the time was. And then they stopped it. There's no decision though.
Yeah.
And they said, hey, it's sudden death. First person to get a point wins.
Oh, yeah.
And it took
Nice.
14 minutes for a point.
Wow.
And
That's
dude,
pretty awesome.
And you know what's funny? The guy that I had that match against, he was at the Lovato seminar that I went to.
Yeah.
Literally a month or two ago. And I think that's the first time I've seen him since that match.
Did you grapple him?
No, no. They actually asked if I wanted to train, and I knew that I had to get around with Lovato because he said, he's like, hey, I'm doing your podcast tomorrow. That means we're getting around tonight. And I was like, yeah, yes, sir. You know that,
Yeah, we are.
because bro, he's sitting right where you're sitting, right? And
Yeah.
I already knew what he meant by that. He didn't want to do this podcast until he felt my energy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
real
saying?
shit.
Yeah.
And so, and even in that round, I was like, fuck, dude, like, what is this? You know?
Yeah.
It never fucking, I don't think you can ever fully get that out of you.
No, it's always going to be there because you naturally your body doesn't want to be in a bad situation.
Yeah.
But
Well, plus in your physiology, 1,000 years ago, if 6'4", 240-pound, highly trained killer is on top of you, that means you're death.
yeah,
Right.
And so
100%.
like our logical brain can be like, oh no, this is a guy that just taught a seminar and he's just kind of giving me the business. Your logical brain can think that, but your body's like,
yeah.
this fucking dude is killing me.
Yeah.
And you start to have that physiological response, dude.
Yep.
So, well, fuck, dude. I don't want this episode to be about me. I want it to be about you guys. I thought what would be cool, normally how I do the show, is just allow you each to give like a little bit of background of who you are, where you came from. And then I think what will be cool is to hear each of your stories about what the path was that kind of called you to becoming professional fighters. Because, dude, backstage with you at that last fight, you were like, fuck, man, I'm doing this to myself again. You know, and you were like going through
Every time.
like a pretty wild emotional roller coaster.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, right?
Actually, I love fighting with Vasal because he expresses it like outwardly. He shows it. Like I feel everything he feels on the inside, but seeing him go through it, I'm like, hell yeah, I also feel that way. It makes me so
yeah, you got
comfortable.
like a little wingman.
Yeah.
'Cause, dude, misery loves company, right?
That's exactly what
yeah.
it is. It's exactly what it is.
Yeah, so I guess to start with you, bro. I want to like hear where the journey started and then how it all transpired.
So when I was like 6 years old, my older brother did Taekwondo. And I remember he got to like a green belt or something like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, my older brother did Taekwondo. That's so cool. I'm going to do Taekwondo. Because, you know, growing up, I would always watch like Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, all those
yeah.
movies. Yeah, exactly. Because you think that's the shit. And you're like, yeah, karate's awesome. Or Taekwondo is going to teach me all this stuff. And then you go there and you start doing one steps and forms. And you're like, all right, I don't really know what the application is of this, but I know how to throw a hell of a high kick. And so I did that for about 6 years. And I started doing some kickboxing. So I was doing Taekwondo and kickboxing at the same time. I got my second degree black belt by the time I was 13, which, you know, giving black belts to 13-year-olds, I'm kind of against.
Yeah.
But, you know, unless I'm out there knocking men out, like, we need to hold back on that, in my opinion. And if any of the McDojo guys want to get on me about it, then, you know.
Fuck you.
I was about to say, you can find out where my gym is and we can spar. I don't care.
Bro, I actually think that's one place where jiu-jitsu did it right. We got a kids belt system and then you got your adult system.
I 100%
you know?
agree with that. Yeah. So then I started doing Taekwondo and kickboxing at the same time. Did you know Greg Jones by chance?
No. Wait, he's the guy that owns Gracie Baja, right?
No. He used to own his own Taekwondo studio in Lake Stevens for a while. So that was
is he a bodybuilder guy too?
No.
Okay, no. There's a different Greg Jones. Then.
okay. But he was the guy I used to go to. So, anyways, during that time, I always heard about, Charles Pearson, like, because Charlie was the man even back in that day. So I was like, okay, I don't know who this Charles Pearson guy is, but I don't really give a shit. because I'm training at my gym or whatever. And so I started doing kickboxing and taekwondo. Then eventually I pretty much only did kickboxing. I just stopped taekwondo because it wasn't fun. And so
there's no real sparring. Is that accurate?
Absolutely, yeah. You can't punch to the face. Oh, it's really dumb. You can't punch to the face, and there's like pretty much only kicks to the
leg fencing, basically.
Okay, 100%. Yeah,
Yeah, but
it's point sparring too.
I've never done taekwondo, but I also think point sparring or angles in and out, that kind of stuff. I mean, you started at 6, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that was a good path for you?
I think it was a good base for sure.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Because, bro, I mean, I'm a parent. I don't want my 10-year-old getting kicked in the head all the time.
Right.
Yeah. That's. I mean, they don't get kicked in the head all the time, and if they do, everything is so controlled, which was nice. It was good. So, anyways, I started doing a lot more kickboxing, and then I think this was in about 2008. No, 2007. That was right about the time of the big recession, and so he had to shut down the studio, and then I started getting in a lot of trouble. So, in that summer,
And you're what, 14 now?
13.
13, okay.
Yeah, and that summer I had my first street fight. Me and my friends.
Did you win?
Yeah.
Okay.
I split his fucking eye open, and then he kept telling all his friends he fell skateboarding because he's a giant pussy. So that was pretty fun. So had my first street fight. Me and my friends were just doing hood rat stuff. I mean, it wasn't arrested fully, but like I got read my rights twice. And
just being a dumb kid, dude.
Being a dumb kid. Like me and my friends broke into a construction site, stole a truck, and like joy rode it around, which was a lot of fun.
I remember this story.
Yeah, that was my first time driving. My first time driving was in a stolen car, and I didn't think I was doing anything that bad, but I was, I guess. And so, anyways, I got caught stealing a couple of months later, and my mom was like, "I'm fucking tired of this. Like, you're getting back in martial arts." And I was like, all right, cool. Well, if I'm going somewhere, I'm going to Charlie's Combat Club. Mm-hmm. And she was like, okay, fine. We'll look into other Taekwondo gyms, but okay. And so sure enough, went to a Taekwondo gym. I was like, I'm not going here. Fuck this place. And so went to Charlie's, and it's kind of like what you said about like, oh yeah, I did a couple years of kickboxing, a couple years of wrestling. I'm king shit at fuck mountain.
Yeah.
And I went to Charlie's. And I was like, yeah, I know I was pretty good at kickboxing. I'm a Taekwondo guy. Like, nobody's going to take me down and beat me up. And I just did kickboxing for a little bit. And then eventually it was, okay, you're doing kickboxing. And then I don't want to say coerced. I got bullied into doing grappling. And I was like, all right, fine, I'll do grappling. And then eventually it was, hey, when are you going to fight? I was like, I didn't even know that was an option. I'm 15 years old. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, we'll talk to your parents. So I talked to my mom and dad. And they're like, when you can drive yourself to the gym, you can fight. I was like, all right, cool. So turned 16, got signed up for my first fight.
That feels reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started training. I've told you this story too. My first fighter's training was with Scrappy.
Yeah.
Was
Alex Zungia.
Yeah.
Who fought for Strike Force at the time.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember getting beat up by Alex Zungia.
Yeah. He fucked me up.
And he's a 135er. And I weigh 200 pounds. And it didn't make sense to me.
No, he fucking raped me the first fighter training I ever did. And every time I got dumped by him, and I kept looking up at this, like up the ceiling. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And he was looking at Charlie like, this is what you're bringing me? What are we doing here, Charlie? And this was
he's offended.
Yeah, literally like offended. Like, why am I with this kid? Like, get me somebody who's worth me. And anyways, it didn't work out well for me. So
was he on Wetmore back then still, or was he in the place he's in now?
He's in the place he is now, but he literally had just moved there like 2 months prior to me getting there, or 3 months prior to me getting there.
Okay.
Yeah. So got there, got beat up by everybody in fires training, and it's kind of that stupid idiot mentality where I didn't know I couldn't not come back, so I just kept showing up. Like,
hey, your mom's paying a membership. You better go.
Yeah, exactly. My mom's paying a membership, and so I just kept showing up, and so I kept coming in on the fighter training days and the non-fighter training days, and then eventually, had my first fight, which was great. Had my second fight, which was so I was 16. I fought a guy who was 30. Yeah.
That's crazy. Fighting a full-grown man.
I love Charlie. Right? Yeah. But what's up with that match, maybe?
The fucked up part was I was training for a fight, and then like day before weigh-ins, I'm holding mitts for all the fighters. They're cutting weight, and we couldn't find anybody for me for probably weight, age reasons.
Yeah.
And I show up to the gym day at weigh-ins, and I pull up across the street, and I'm parking my car, and I get a call from Chris Garcia, and he just goes, "Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm literally parking my car." He goes, "Get in the gym." I'm like, "Yeah, where else am I going, dude? I'm right across the
Give
street."
me 42 seconds.
Yeah,
bro.
I'll be there. So I walk inside, and I go, "What?" And he goes, "Get on the scale." I'm like, okay, step on the scale. I was like 143.4. And he goes, "Okay, take your clothes off, get in the sauna." I'm like, "What am I
Shit.
What am I doing?" And he goes, "We might have a fight." I'm like, "Who, where, what weight?" And he goes, "It doesn't matter, get in the sauna."
Oh shit.
So I'm in the sauna for 2.5 hours. Obviously a couple
Bro.
breaks in between. I'd been eating and drinking the whole day. So full of food, full of liquid, whatever. Eventually made weight. I show up to weigh-ins, and I'm
So
like,
you're fighting at bantamweight for this fight?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've fought in every weight class from 125 to 170.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
I know. I was skinnier back in the day. But I show up to weigh-ins, I'm half dead, and then I weigh in 135. I go to the coach, I'm like, "Who am I fighting?" And he shows me this picture of this yoked Hawaiian dude with fucking prison tats all over his left arm and left pec and everywhere on his left side of his body. I'm like, "Yeah, what the fuck?" and they're like, "No, don't worry, he's a little guy." I'm like, "I'm a little guy."
Exactly, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
This guy's 30.
We
Yeah.
both weigh 135.
Yeah, that's the only thing. And like he's fucking abs and veins, and I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck is this shit?" And so sure enough, I rehydrate, go home, and my parents are like, "So you're fighting tomorrow night?" I was like, I guess so. And I ended up winning that one anyways. Fast forward, amateur career. Finished my amateur career after college. I went 10-0 as an amateur. As a pro,
Bro, 10-0 is fucking legit, dude.
yeah.
I
It
don't
was
care
cool.
if it's an amateur record. Like, that's
yeah, it was cool. It was a good time.
10 times in a ring with another man that's going to try and kill you.
Yeah.
Never lost.
You know?
That's what's up.
Yeah, and it was that amateur. The highest weight I fought at was 155, and so, anyways, as a pro after college, probably been about, I think it was February of 2017. I get my first pro fight there, have a couple more, and then, with a couple injuries here and there, but nothing too crazy.
It's inevitable.
Yeah, inevitable. I had a pec tear, handbrake, all that kind of stuff, but it's been fun, and I've just been at Charlie's ever since I was 13, and I remember getting to pro fighter. I remember asking one of my coaches, like, "Yeah, how far do you think I'll go with it?" I had like 6 amateur fights at the time, and he goes, "Well, you're definitely gonna go pro." And I was like,
Fuck yeah.
"Okay." I didn't even know that was what does that mean?
Yeah, what is the well, I pulled something up really quick because you said 155. I don't know if you guys saw that picture today.
Holy shit.
Frankie Edgar next to Khabib.
Khabib, man, he's easy. 2 LBs on 2 hundo right there.
Oh, easy. Yeah, he's 2 bills.
Yeah.
You know Frankie Edgar's a homie of mine.
No
What?
way.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, we taught a jiu-jitsu seminar together
Wow.
in New Jersey, and then we just exchanged information and fucking he invited me on his podcast and shit. So
That's
if you ever need a
incredible.
line to Frankie, let me know, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, that's fucking sick.
Frankie's the GOAT, man.
no,
Fighting
but-
at 155.
But that's what I'm saying. I saw that picture today, and I was like, they both held
fought,
the
yeah.
lightweight title,
yeah.
Wow.
and those dudes should be separated by 3 weight classes.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
And I'm not casting any shade at Khabib. People hate on guys that are really big. It's like, well, there's an art to that too.
Yeah.
Right?
The cutting weight definitely is a huge art form to it.
All right, but fuck those guys. It's back to you.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. But
So what was the catalyst when you're like, okay, I fucking did very well as an amateur. It's time to take a pro fight.
I was literally at work. I was doing construction at the time. So post college, I'm doing construction. I'm literally on a fucking ladder, like doing some drywall or something like that. And I get a call. My phone starts going off, and I look at it, and it's Coach Charlie. And every time Charlie gets a hold of me, my fucking heart sinks. And my
Same
stomach,
here.
yeah,
Same here.
And my
'Cause you know-
stomach just clenches up, and I'm like, I know exactly what this is about. Fuck.
Well, because as soon as something's on the calendar, it's like,
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
It's getting closer.
Oh, this was 3 days out.
Hell yeah.
There's a part of that that's almost good, right?
A little bit,
I
yeah.
love it.
I've honestly, some of my best performances
The
were on
less
short.
time you have to fucking dwell on
Exactly.
shit.
Facts.
Okay. Yeah.
Exactly.
And
So-
you guys both, I mean, I don't know you as well as I know Chris, but you're always in shape.
Yeah, I try to be.
100%.
I try to be.
So
in
that
shape.
allows you to have those short notice fights then.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I wasn't working out, like doing as hard of cardio as I am currently, just for the fuck of it. But I was in the gym every day.
Yeah.
And so I answer my phone. I'm like, hey, coach, how's it going? And he's like, hey, man, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm at work right now. What about you? He goes, oh, just stuff. Hey,
Bro, that's a great Charlie impression.
yeah.
It is.
So he just goes, oh, yeah, I got a question for you. And I'm like, what's up, coach? And he's like, what do you think about fighting this guy this weekend? And I'm like, this weekend, this upcoming show? And he goes, yeah, this upcoming show. I'm like, that's in 3 days. And he goes, yeah, 3 days. I'm like, well, what weight? And he goes, 170. I'm like, coach, I don't weigh 170. I weigh like 160. And he goes, yeah.
Don't have to cut weight. You're good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He was like, no, you won't have to cut weight. And honestly, the guy's kind of a goober. So, well, you at 170. Let's go. Yeah, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I haven't been time to train. Like, I haven't, I haven't done anything. And I was actually working with Chris Garcia at the time. I worked for a construction company. I asked he was looking for to start doing construction again. Told my boss, I was like, hey, I know this guy, really good friend of mine, one of my former coaches. He knows how to do construction. Like, if you need another guy who knows his shit, like, he'll come work for us. And he's like, cool. So they talked, and he started working for us. And I was like, okay, I'll do it if he'll corner with you. And he goes, okay. 2 seconds later, he's on the other side of the room and goes, is this you? And I'm like, what? And he goes, this text. It's like a text from Charlie saying, like, you want to corner Vasal this Saturday, or you're cornering Vasal this Saturday. I should back up. On the phone call, he goes, okay, I got it. How about this? I'm going to put you in for the fight. And if you find any reason why you shouldn't do it,
you can pull out.
Yeah, well, we'll just pull you. It's no problem. But we're going to take it, okay? And I was like, yeah, okay. Sounds good, coach. And he goes, yeah, all right. So that 2 seconds later, Chris across the room going, is this you? And I'm like, what? And he goes, well, I guess I'm cornering you this weekend. So like, I guess you are. And of course I didn't find a way out of it. So we ended up fighting and ended up doing just fine.
What is the difference when you move from amateur to pro? I remember like back in the day, they used to be like, oh, you got to wear shin pads, or you got to do this or that, and then also you're getting paid, right?
Yeah, you get more strikes, more submissions, and you get paid. As a pro, you can elbow.
That's right, knees and elbows too. Yeah.
So a lot of amateur shows will do elbows and knees to the body now.
Okay.
When I was coming up in amateur, you couldn't elbow and
Gay.
no elbows. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But as a pro, you can elbow the face, knee the face, and heel hook.
Okay.
And
Oh,
spine
you can't heel hook in amateur?
No spine locks or heel hooks as an amateur.
Okay.
Or elbows or knees to the face. And no up kicks to the head either. So as a pro, you can up kick the head, you can elbow, you can knee, you can do spine locks, you can do pretty much any submission. You can also kick the front of the knee. So
You can John Jones them,
yeah, you can John Jones. Yeah. So kind of some minor,
but no eye pokes.
no eye pokes. Okay. Yeah. He brought that one in himself. Still controversial, but they're working through it. They're going to put in the rules eventually. He says he'll come back for the White House show.
Yeah.
It's also 5 minutes, right? It goes because amateurs 3 minutes, pros 5 minutes.
Yeah,
It's a huge
you should
jump.
know that. You've been an amateur and a pro, yeah. So then you go, exactly like he said. You go from 3 to 5 minutes,
which is basically twice as long.
It's way longer. And so, as far as rule sets go, though, it's more submissions, more strikes, and then 5-minute rounds.
What are you getting paid on your first fight? Is it like $500 or something?
Yeah. Okay. I'm getting like 5 and 5, which was I didn't even. It's so funny the amount of times I've almost forgotten my paycheck after fighting.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best. It's because it's the greatest feeling in the world. It's the highest of highs.
Yeah.
Fighting, dude. Especially when you're at the top and you just won your fight. I always forget that I get paid, man.
Yeah.
I'm riding a crazy high.
Oh yeah. And
Wow.
then Charlie is literally just there's like, did you get paid? I'm like, oh fuck.
Yeah,
I get paid for this now. That's right. I forgot about that.
So you're my coach. Go get my check, bro.
yeah. So he's many times, like the last fight I had, I was literally leaving the cage and the promoter came up to me, handed me my check while I was walking out to get the doctor check. It was cool.
So when was your first pro fight? What year was that?
February of 2017. Damn.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a fucking long time, bro.
Tell me about it, man. Yeah. I can't believe that's 8 years.
That's insane.
That's
actually.
over
And you're
8 years.
what now?
31.
No. Record.
Oh, dog shit.
Dude.
8 and 5.
8 and 5?
Should be 10 and 3, but whatever.
Yeah.
I got robbed twice. Hardcore. It is what it is. But
what do you want out of fighting next? Do you know?
ideally, I want to get a belt at probably Koga or War the other local promotions, and then hopefully CFFC will have me back and able to fight on their roster sometime soon and get one of their belts. That's really kind of the one thing I really, really want. Belt in some pro promotion, and then I want to get one fight in Japan.
Okay.
That's what I set out to do as a
Under
pro
what
fighter.
banner? Like whatever. Is one the only one that's like
they're
big
not-
over there?
No, there's a couple of them. There's Risen.
Risen, that's right. Yeah,
Risen's
yeah.
their
They've been
big
around
one.
forever.
Yeah, they've been pretty much Dream, like Pride fell, Dream came in, and then Dream kind of fizzled out, and then Risen showed up.
Well, bro, there's not a better connected human than Matt Hume to that scene, right?
Yeah, but Matt Hume is also for one.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But Charlie is, I mean, realistically, he could probably make something work if it comes around to it. But amateur pro title somewhere, doesn't matter. Hopefully around here sometime soon. After my big trip, I told you about my trip next year. Yeah, where I'm going to Japan, to Thailand to go train, and then come back here. And that's pretty much what next year is going to be dedicated towards. Just take whatever I learned over there, apply it towards training, and then pro title, and then hopefully get a fight abroad, or hopefully fight. Well, he'll probably be done with CFFC by that point, but hopefully fight for CFFC and fight for their title at one point or another.
Okay.
G.
And then after that, see where it goes, or you think it might be time to
much,
hang
yeah.
it up?
No,
No.
go see where it goes. I still got a couple more
31's
fights.
31's young, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean there are a lot of fighters out there that are way older than me who are still fighting, and I'm not.
You see
sitting
that
there,
guy that's like in his 50s?
I'm not trying to be that guy.
Makes me feel like a pussy.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to be that guy. I'm just trying to keep. I like fighting. It's a lot of fun. I love it. I still do. Still have a lot of love for the sport. So, the next.
Other than the 5 minutes before you walk out.
Other than the 5 minutes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know that. Yeah. Other than the 5 minutes before I walk out, once I'm in the cage, I'm like, oh, okay, this is easy. I know how to do this.
Well, fuck, and your day job, you're like a fucking scientist, right?
I make I manufacture cancer drugs. So,
Crazy.
yeah, I know, right? So when I was in college,
Yeah, you're in a lab and shit.
yeah,
like,
literally, yeah.
it's funny. I was telling someone about that, and they're like, "Wait, Vasal's a scientist? I thought he was like a construction worker."
Everybody thinks
And I was
that.
like, I don't.
Yeah.
I guess you just don't expect a pro fighter to be in a lab manufacturing drugs.
No, you really don't. Yeah,
We should work together offline and do some Walter White shit.
Oh, dude, the funniest thing about that is like when I was in high school, what got me into so I went to college, I got a chemistry degree, and so I've got a bachelor's of science in chemistry. The funniest part about it is when I was in high school, I liked my chemistry class and I liked my chemistry teacher, and I was watching a lot of Breaking Bad. So I was like, chemistry's the shit, yo. And then I went to college, I was like, oh, let's see what chemistry's got about, and then I just stuck with it.
Do you enjoy that?
I loved chemistry when I was doing it. I did 2.5 years of like research essentially alongside graduate students. I did 1.5 years of organic chemistry research, so I was doing peptide synthesis. And then after that, I did virology research in a like a biochemistry virology lab.
Bro, we can do an episode where we talk shit on COVID-19 stuff. And then when everybody says, "Are you a virologist?" Yeah, motherfucker, I am.
How much time you got, man? That whole time that shit was going on, I was like, this isn't checking out.
Yeah.
Something's off. What?
Well, bro, when I said it on my show, and I got fucking receipts, you can go back, and I was like, listen, I'm just an Army Ranger and a police officer, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not a virologist. But when you're telling me that this came from a bat falling in a cup of soup right outside of the Wuhan Institute, something's not adding up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I don't
But
know.
because I wasn't a chemist, I couldn't make that, I couldn't make that conclusion.
People are fucking stupid. Like, well, you don't have a PhD, so therefore your opinion is invalid.
Oh wait, so there's levels of virologists, huh? You're not this so that's the thing. What level virologist are you to have an opinion?
Oh, dude, it's the same thing whenever you tell people like, well, how do being morbidly obese is I'm still healthy. I'm like, dude, you're like 300 pounds overweight. Like, you can't be healthy doing that. Like, are you a doctor? I'm like, I don't fucking need to be. Dude. Like, I don't fucking need to be.
Hey,
but
get
I
on
do
the
need-
assault bike for 1 minute.
Yeah.
And then we'll see what your heart rate's at.
Yeah,
That's all I need to do
If they
to
survive.
see where you're at. Dude.
Yeah.
Should be a common guideline right there. Get on the assault bike 1 minute. Let's see what you can do. What's your heart rate? All right.
And it just blows up. He dies. Like, well, he's a fat piece of shit.
Oh, what do you know? Dude, you gotta. So we should run a controlled study We put a fat guy on an assault bike and we put a cheeseburger in front of him. See how fast he goes. You're almost there, fatty. You're almost there, guy.
But dude, and the reason I wanted to bring that up is because there's still this. It's the foundation is the overall attack on masculinity, right? And if you are a fighter, or if they've even now started to move it to where like even people that work out. You know, like the term meathead. Oh,
Toxic masculinity.
Yeah, toxic
Fuck
masculinity.
Yeah.
Or, it got to a point, I don't know if you guys saw this, where they're like physical fitness is rooted in racism.
I saw that, yeah.
And it's like, I mean, we already agreed we hate Asian people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. That's why we're bringing Bilal on.
Yes. I hate those people.
But like, they're always trying to make this correlation that masculinity equals being a big dummy. And you guys don't have kids yet. So like when you watch a lot of children's television, like the Berenstein Bears and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, Papa, he's just this big dummy. And Mama always fixes everything, right? And it's like
brainwash us.
The fucking men are the leaders of our family, you motherfuckers, right?
100%.
And that's why I wanted to bring that up. It's like, you've been a pro fighter for a long time and you're a fucking scientist. And you can kick it and talk shit and have fun and train your ass off and take shots of whiskey, which now I'm fired up. Let's drink a little whiskey, dude.
Fuck yeah. Hey, Bilal, grab some of that shit off that counter.
Yes, sir.
But it's like, I think that's an important thing to highlight. It's like, no, you can be one of the most fucking savage men in the room and still be a smart, articulate person that's pursuing things in virology like you are.
A lot of them are, man. It's funny, too, because... Oh, yeah, this one will do. A lot of them are. Do you like smoky whiskey?
I don't like any whiskey. I'm a stoner, but because you're my homie, I'm gonna have a little bit with you.
Should we get a couple
Grab the
little
white,
joint
grab
going?
the white bottle. The white bottle.
Well,
bottle would
Bilal,
be
you
better.
want to burn a joint?
With Mr. Greg, that's
Okay, let's do it, man.
the dream.
I'm in.
Which one? This one?
No, the white one. Yeah, the only white one. There you
Sorry, I'm a
go.
little colorblind.
It's because you're Asian.
Yeah,
Fucking
maybe
open your eyes,
sunglasses don't
dude.
help.
Well, you got sunglasses on too.
That's true.
That's a good point. I forgot about that. Oh, man. I drank most of it.
No,
You'll
dude,
probably
it's
like this one more.
Okay, cool. Well, we're gonna. Can you get up one more time, bro?
Yeah, of course. That's the least I can do.
Right behind my bow there's a couple cups, a couple
The bow.
whatever they're called, shakers.
Oh, I see you.
Boom.
Two of them? You want one or two?
I only want one. If you want one, grab another
I'm
one.
good on that.
Okay. I'm actually I got a 6-hour drive in the morning, so I'm not gonna,
God,
I'm not gonna
where
get
to?
hungover. Bro, the world is fucking nuts, dude. I got invited to go to a concert again. You know who's playing in Oregon tomorrow?
Pantera?
Not Pantera, but Zach Wilde's doing a solo show.
God damn it,
And
Greg.
I said-
You motherfucker.
I said, hey, Greg, you want to come down and hang out again? And I told my wife, I said, when Zach Wilde's crew invites you to go kick it, you go drive 6 hours.
You drive 10.
You drive 10, right? Because like one of my ethos is once you've connected with someone and they're a good person, you prioritize nurturing that relationship.
Dude, I still can't believe you got to kick it with Zach Wilde.
Bro, it was it's the craziest fucking thing in the world, man. And so, like, bro, look. That's their tour manager. I just said, what size t-shirts are you? Because I'm gonna
Damn.
bring him some No One's Coming to Save You.
Fuck yeah.
That's right.
Dude, you gotta put that up. Like, frame that, put it on the wall. Some metalhead's gonna show him, Zach Wilde, he's been, oh man, all right, yeah.
But bro,
That's so cool.
I was a Pantera fan since the time I was 10.
Yeah.
Cowboys from Hell came out when 1990.
I was literally
10.
listening to Vulgar Display of Power on my way here.
And then, did you hear all this happen, bro? Are you into Pantera at all?
No, I'm not a hit. Is that heavy metal?
It's heavy
Yeah,
metal.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are gonna have
Yeah.
to enlighten me.
Well, their guitar player was like my idol growing up. He ended up getting
Yeah.
killed,
Oh,
right?
shit.
But Zach Wilde he was Ozzy Osbourne's guitar player. So
shit,
one of the best
sick.
guitar players in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
Definitely heard the name. Yeah.
Pantera then asked him not to restart the band up because once Dimebag, Pantera's guitar player, was killed, Pantera was never going to have a reunion. He was such an integral part of the band. But they said, how about we go on a tour and just play Pantera music?
Sick.
Yeah.
And Zach Wilde being capable of playing, first of all, but also similar vibes as those guys.
Well, they were best friends, too.
That's what
He
I'm
ain't
saying.
dying.
They were fucking homies, dude.
Yeah.
And so they went on tour, and I went to the concert, and come to find out, they their head of security is a fan of my shit. And
Oh, no way.
he saw me at the show.
Wow.
And he goes, bro, fucking, you're with us, bro. You come backstage
sick.
and kick it. And we just sat there and talked shit and laughed and told stories for like 3 hours. And then they just texted me and said, hey, we're going to be in Oregon in a couple weeks. You want to come and kick it again? I said, fuck yes, dude. Let's go.
That's incredible.
So,
That's so fucking awesome.
so my whole point in bringing that up is I can't get too wild.
Don't worry about it.
Here's another thing that you need to, you guys should fucking take note of. Every 5 to 7 years, hangovers double in intensity.
I still haven't gotten a hangover.
You
yet.
haven't, dude?
I never get hangovers.
Oh, I'm jealous.
Dude,
The Greek in you.
Dude, I drink like when I drink, I'll drink like a fish, and if I go to Vegas, it's usually a fifth a day.
Oh, fuck, dude.
And the most I ever did was about a fifth and a half, and I woke up the next day feeling fine.
Wow. But at the same time, you also don't drink all the time, right?
No.
You're not in the lab working on cancer, fuck, having the shakes and shit, right?
No. But dude, there have been.
Yeah, maybe we should save that.
Maybe we'll say-
based on the tone of your voice, do we have to save that story till we're off air?
No, we can. All I'm gonna say is there were times where I partied real hard until like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then still woke up at 4 and went to work.
Yeah. Well, bro, and at 31, that's impressive. Like in the Ranger Regiment, that's just called Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
There you go. Yeah.
But I was also in my early 20s, right?
Yeah.
And it's like party all night, wake up at 6 a.m., work out as hard as you can for 2 hours, and then go shoot guns all day.
Dude, I did I remember there was one time me and a bunch of coworkers went up to we did like a ski trip up into like Leavenworth, and we were snowboarding at Stevens Pass, and I raged for 2 nights straight, and then on the second night I woke up at like 9 a.m. No. I woke up at like 6 a.m. and Joey Elsie, one of your black belts.
Yeah.
Who was also one of my best training partners at the time, had a
He
pro.
has fucking great jiu-jitsu, man.
Dude, he's a fucking asshole. I love Joey to death, but goddamn it, dude! Like you would never, again, another guy, you wouldn't look at him like, yeah, that guy's a savage. And then the second he grabs a hold of you and starts twisting shit off or starts punching you in the face, like, why can this little guy generate so much fucking power?
Speaking of Joey, where the fuck's he been, dude? I haven't seen him on the mats lately.
Just had another kid
okay.
not too long ago. So
The old kid excuse, dude. You know where
I'm gonna
my
tell him you
kids
said that.
You know where my kids spent a lot of time?
Here.
In car seats next to the mats, dude.
Hell yeah.
Bro, like I tell people this all the time because a lot of people, once they have kids, they're like, oh, my kid has to be in bed by 7 and my kid this, my kid that, my kid this. And it's like, bro, your kid's going to have their life to live.
Yeah.
You still dictate your life and just integrate them into it.
Look at Val.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Dude, she's a fucking stud.
She's going to do the podcast next week, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I love talking to her. She's awesome.
Bro, Val very quickly became like one of the gym moms around here.
Oh, 100%.
You know?
Yeah.
And she's like a teacher, super nice, just always gentle and soft spoken. And she's an MMA fighter and a black belt.
Yeah. Well, and the crazy thing about it too is like when you roll and yeah, whatever. I don't really care what anybody says. Usually when you roll with a girl, you're like, okay, it's a girl. Like I gotta kind of like,
Bro, you tone it down to meet
tone it
their
down.
strength.
You
and
tone
if anyone says otherwise, they're fucking lying.
Exactly. You tone it down to like meet, like you're like, okay, I'm grappling like a middle school or whatever the fuck. And then, but when you grapple Val, like
It's on.
I don't do that. I have to mind myself a lot. And I really have to pay attention to what I'm doing. Cause there have been times where she's damn near ripped my shit off. And I'm
Bro,
like,
she's fucking savage woman, dude.
yeah, I know. It's funny because I have to remind myself every single time I grapple her. I'm like, okay, she's actually a fucking stud.
Did I ever tell you the Val story of why, like her first day here?
No.
Bro, this is where I fell in love with Val. We were sitting in the sauna. She had just signed up and she's like, hey, I'm a public educator. I moved up from Seattle. And there's a part of me that's like, dude, our gym is fucking like on the verge of being the foundation of the revolution.
Yeah, the Rainbow Flag Gym is in Seattle.
Yeah, there
You
ain't
might
no
wanna go
rainbow
over there.
flags.
Yeah.
And like, and that's not to say that everybody's not welcome, but we don't fucking celebrate one people over another people here. And if you bring your bullshit in here, fuck you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then
Respect.
I was like, huh, I wonder how this is gonna work out, you know?
Yeah.
And she also has that look where she's just like, okay, I don't know what direction she's going to go with this conversation, right?
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah, but they, they expected me to teach transgender studies to elementary school, so I fucking quit. And I was like, yeah, bring it in, dude. Bring it in.
Man,
That's
right?
fucking awesome.
A based
It's
woman,
like
hard to
based
find
fucking
nowadays.
woman, dude.
So hard to find.
You know?
Holy shit.
And so, yeah, she'll be here next week.
Oh, let's go.
Well, fuck. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, man.
Cheers. Let me get into cheers. Even though
All
I
right,
got
get
some
into cheers.
caffeine.
With
Come on.
With your non-alcoholic beverage.
A form, screaming freedom. Dude, this is amazing, man. It's got me fired up.
Oh, you shot the whole thing.
I thought we were getting down. Dude.
Oh, all right, sure, I'll do it.
All right, Bilal. Well, I don't know your story hardly at all. We've only kicked it a couple times.
Yeah.
But guys know good vibes when they're around other men that carry themselves how men should, right?
Yes, sir.
And you come in here a couple times and you're just a good addition to the team. You bring the right energy. I told you, you're always welcome here.
Thank you so much.
And I know where you're going. I think you know where you're going too, right?
Agreed.
And to be able to just have this facility support that mission is an honor too.
Wow.
And so now I want to hear your story, bro. Where you came from, what brought you into fighting, and what it's all about, dude.
Yeah, I'm actually a pretty similar story to Vasal. Literally, we started in Taekwondo. I was born in Hawaii. So
Where in Hawaii?
I was born in Eva Beach. I don't know if you know where that is.
I don't know where that's at.
That's like near Aiea, like a little bit across like North Shore, kind of. If you
Okay.
know. But yeah, I was born in Hawaii. Lived there for 10 years. But I started off my Taekwondo journey literally losing to 2 girls. I know we were talking about. Literally lost, and it was like an in-house tournament too. So I know both of these chicks, and they just whooped my ass. And that's how I started off my journey. I just kept on losing, but I was so obsessed with like just getting into the work and seeing it pay off, man. And like I literally started off probably like the first 8 matches of my career just losing. But one day I was actually watching Karate Kid before a tournament, and then I watched Daniel LaRusso hit a little angle and then a kick. I'm like, oh shit, I think I could do that. I come in the next day. That's the first move I hit, swear to God. And then this light bulb just clicked in my brain. I was like, holy shit. I saw something, not even in a real match, it's in a movie, and I fucking did it. And so that's kind of been my motto for like the rest of my career. I got into the U.S. national Taekwondo team at probably like age 14, 15. So I was representing the U.S.
So you're legit Taekwondo.
Yeah, so that was my whole life growing up.
Not some bullshit Everett like
It was
like
still-
us over here.
No, exactly.
a little bit of bullshit. But yeah, I competed in that for about 5 years. I went to the world championships for Taekwondo.
How old were you through this?
I was.
You said 14 when you got on the
14
team?
to 17. Those were my peak years. So I was
Okay.
competing for the U.S. team. And then my biggest dream since I set out to do Taekwondo was to win the Pan American Games junior championship. So this is the 15 and 17-year-old bracket. And then I went 1 year, I believe. I think it was 2015. I went and I got 3rd place. I think I lost the second match, but then I was like, dude, this is my ultimate goal and I'm going to fucking hit it. And then it only happens in every 2 years. So I prepared again and I'd have to make team again. So every year there's like a new set of people because you always have to go through nationals and then there's qualifiers after that. So I won the next 2 and then I competed for the team again. And I believe 2017 in Costa Rica, I won gold.
Wow.
And that was probably like the biggest... Yeah, in my Taekwondo career, that was my biggest accomplishment. Like, you know how like wrestling, they have like a bunch of matches, right? But usually, I don't know how it goes in wrestling, but the finals, everyone's watching. So I'm up on this little platform in Costa Rica, and I'm going against a guy from Argentina. And for some reason, I think like everyone in the crowd, they hated Argentina. Yeah, they
Fuck Argentina.
Yeah, I was just gonna say
For
the
some
same
reason,
thing.
I don't know
Fuck
why.
those guys,
Yeah,
dude.
they didn't like Argentina.
I like Asians now.
Yeah, Asians over Argentina.
Let's
any day.
fucking go.
Yeah.
But they couldn't pronounce my first name. And so I remember like stepping up onto the mat. The whole crowd was just going, Hasan, Hasan. My name is Bilal Hasan, but they don't know how to say the first name. And I'm just
So
like,
just Hasan,
Hasan,
dude.
Hasan. I'm just looking at, there's like a big ass projector. And then I see my face on there and the lights are all on me. And then
Bro,
all
that's
these,
your first taste of the stardom.
so addicting, man. So
And you
addicting.
like that vibe, bro.
For sure,
Like
for sure.
I've seen a lot of your content and stuff, and you have that like jumping into the spotlight and having fun with it.
For
and
sure.
Bro, that's a big part of it. Because people want to get behind a fighter that has a personality. That's why we all know that. That's why Conor McGregor fucking just skyrocketed to superstardom. That's cool, man.
For sure. And I think we're kind of backtracking. We were talking about Sean Strickland and how people are just like authentic to themselves. It's very attractive to other people. And so that's one thing I've always been since I was young. I've just been authentically myself. And it's done really good for me. But sometimes, you know, when you're too authentic, you get in trouble sometimes.
Dude, the funniest fucking thing about this guy, I hate to interject, but it's the funniest thing. He still shows up to the gym every day in like ankle high pants, like Nike Dad, I'm about to mow the lawn shoes. And he's like, hey guys. And it's like nerdy, stylish. Little would you know, walking down the street, this guy will take your head off with a spinning wheel kick, and you won't know what happened until your wallet and your phone are gone. and you wake up in the ER like, what the fuck? That little Asian boy just killed me. And like, it's the funniest thing in the world. Like, looking at you, dude, I would never think you were a total savage and that you would like be able to kick everyone's ass.
But here's the truth about the physical appearance of a fighter. Every once in a while, you get a guy like Mario Miranda, right? It's like, oh, it looks like he's chiseled out of granite.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's a national champ wrestler. Oh, and he's this and this, right?
Yeah. Oh, and he's UFC.
But most dudes that look all fucking jacked and badass, it's like they'd be good for fighting for 42 seconds.
Yeah.
Maximum.
Yeah.
You know,
all that muscle.
You know,
it's a lot of weight. Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah.
And so 17, you fucking reach the pinnacle of Taekwondo, dude.
Yeah.
That's rad, man.
Dude.
I mean, you're kind of busting on Taekwondo a little bit, but it's like I said, I mean, what a good base for a kid to learn all of those angles, movements, reading other people's hips. Like that's one of the biggest things of fighting is reading the angles of your opponent too, right?
Exactly. And the biggest thing, like what I was doing was, it's called sport taekwondo, and when I was competing, they had like an electric system, kind of gay. But like what it teaches you though is like distance management, because you cannot get hit. If you get hit, you're getting like the other guy's getting like 2 points, 3 points. So it's literally like fencing. You cannot let them touch you. So you know how to read distance very, very well. And that's one of the things that I actually take pride in how I fight, is that my distance management. And I understand, like you said, angles. I know my distance. So for sure, I definitely attribute that.
Well, bro, I think, I mean, Hoist Gracie burst on the scene and everybody's like, jiu-jitsu's the way, right? And then shortly after that, everyone's like, oh, karate, taekwondo, all that shit's gay. It's jiu-jitsu and wrestling, right?
Yeah.
Then you get guys like Lyoto Machida and Stephen Wonderboy that's like, oh, wait. Oh, there is value. Yeah, Mirko Krokop. It's like these traditional martial artists, you take that base, and then obviously you have to make some adjustments so it works in MMA. But there's a place for that, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you're one of those fucking guys, dude. That's cool.
For sure. And I'm gonna sound like a huge casual, because I am at the end of the day. But and then I watched fucking Conor McGregor, of course. I was watching Conor McGregor, and it was just the way how aesthetically pleasing he fought. But like before that, I mean, I watched a little bit of Anderson Silva, but there was a lot of just like brawling guys. It wasn't really aesthetic to the eye.
Anderson's my goat.
Fuck yeah.
Just so you know.
So good.
Anderson's my goat. Because that was my generation of fighter. Black belt in jiu-jitsu. And does whatever the fuck he wants on his feet.
Yeah.
Laser focus.
Do you remember that time when he fucking, I'm almost about to stand up and do it, but he kicked behind his lead leg with his rear leg.
To check a kick?
And fucking yes, dude.
Yeah.
And it's just like, do people train for that?
I guess, yeah.
I feel like he just was able to just like go into the flow state and make shit happen. And bro, like a lot of people like watching this knockdown, drag out fight like, I don't know. Now I'm showing my age, but do you remember Stephan Bonner, Forrest Griffin 1?
Yes. Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah. Even I know that one. Yeah.
Where they fucking just beat the dog shit out of each other. Now, there's a lot of value in that. Like what we talked about earlier. You can find that dog in you.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of value in that as a fighter. But what I always appreciated is when Anderson Silva would go out there and put on a masterclass and not even break a sweat.
Artistic.
That's the shit right there.
Anderson Silva versus Forrest Griffin was one of the craziest things, because he's fighting a former 205 champion.
Yes,
and he's making him look like a child.
Well, bro, Anderson Silva versus Chris Lieben versus Rich Franklin versus Forrest Griffin. He made a lot of dudes out there look like he was fighting me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying,
disgusting.
dude? And they're the number 2 ranked middleweight in the UFC at the time, and he was just fucking embarrassing him.
Well, Forrest Griffin was a former 205 light heavyweight champion.
No, he went up to 205. He took out James Irvin. Remember that?
Yeah, Anderson Silva stepped up to 205.
That's what I'm saying.
But he fought Forrest Griffin, and Forrest Griffin was a former 205 champion at the time, and he just
did whatever.
him.
Forrest Griffin said he broke me like mentally and spiritually.
Yeah.
He goes, no one had ever done that before.
Which is insane.
Yeah. It's well, fuck it. That's a story for another time. I want to hear more about less about my experience, more about
that's
you.
good. I love learning this shit.
I want to hear. So 17, you win the fucking Taekwondo. What was the name of the title again?
Pan American
Junior Championships.
Yeah.
After that, was Taekwondo kind of was that a wrap?
Yeah, I kind of just like I hit a plateau where it's like the biggest thing with me, man, is I love learning, and I just felt like I reached like the pinnacle of my career, and there wasn't really much to learn. It didn't really excite me anymore, and so I started watching Conor McGregor, and I was like, you know what? I feel like I could do this shit.
This is it.
Yeah, this is it. And I started fighting people in my garage. I was literally a promoter before a fighter. I would literally have people from school that either were beefing or like sometimes just like random matchups. They wouldn't even know each other. I'm like, hey, you guys are fighting in my garage after school. It's gonna happen. We would weigh these guys in, and then we'd have a full on fight night in my garage.
Dana White might pick you up for a promoter before a fighter. Dude.
We'll see. Maybe after my fighting career, I'd be down. But that's how I started. And then I wrestled 1 year in high school. I wish I wrestled more.
Bro, don't we all?
Yeah, for sure. And then I transitioned into boxing for my college. Actually, they had like a little club, so I boxed for them about a year, and then I switched over to kickboxing. I went 2-0 as an amateur, and then I switched over 2019. I made my amateur career, and I finished it at 6-0, only in a year and a half.
Oh,
and then
you're fighting fucking every other week.
Dude, that was I literally have the exact same stories like Vasal, where Charlie's just calling me like, hey, you want to fight in 2 days? I'm just like, hell yeah.
So when you when you made that decision, hey, I'm gonna do MMA, is Charlie Pearson the first place that you found?
Yeah, so actually the first place I went to was Catalyst.
Okay.
I went there for 2 months.
Yep.
It wasn't really my vibe. And the biggest thing, why I was like bringing it all the way back, the reason I was so successful in Taekwondo was because I had such an amazing group of individuals around me. Like that team, they believed in me, and I believed in the work that I put in. And so, yeah, at first, Catalyst wasn't really it. And then like I went to Team Wise for 2 years, and then I did my 2 kickboxing matches with them, learned a little bit of jiu-jitsu, but it still really wasn't it. It didn't have that family community atmosphere.
Bro. Well,
for sure.
No.
Yeah.
I consider Eric Wiseman a friend, right? I want to put a caveat on that, because I tell people here that are my students, because I have my own people that are part of this gym be like, hey, what do you think of this gym? What do you think of that gym? And I always say the same thing. Go check them out. Go check Catalyst out. Go check North Sound out. Go check Cascade. Go check Team Wise. And if you fit there better, it's better for you and it's better for me. And it's not that team is better or worse. It's that you got to find the right vibe for you.
Right.
That's the truth of your gym,
Yeah, and then so I think 2019, 2020, 2020 was during COVID times. Yeah, I transitioned to Charlie's, and I just knew right from the get go. Yeah, everyone there. But it's honestly the same vibe as here. We're all so similar. We're cracking gay jokes. That's how you know you're at the right place.
Of course,
dude,
bro.
that was honestly the first impression I had when I first came here. I was like, yeah, there's nowhere else on earth that's like Charlie's. Charlie's is the the goat of all gyms, obviously. And I remember I showed up here, and like 2 days in, and after I rolled with everybody, I was like, no, these guys are all gay too. I fit right in.
Well, bro, do you remember what you said to me on day one? Do you remember? Because I'll never forget it, bro.
What did I say?
You said, hey, man, I wanted to try this place for jiu-jitsu. I was told that it's like a good spot for grappling, and do you want to get around in?
Oh, I remember that. Yeah, no.
I knew exactly what the fuck you meant by that. You wanted to see if I was a punk or not.
Well, I knew that North Sound was. I knew that. So I knew that North Sound wasn't going to be for me because I'd heard about them, but I knew people
it's a vibe. It's a vibe. Yeah,
I had people had come from North Sound to Charlie's, and I wasn't.
Bro, you're
gonna
a
go
professional fighter. You want to be on the mats with killers.
Well, yeah, but I remember I talked to Jake about it, and I go, hey man, like I need more grappling. I need a lot more grappling. I need nothing but grappling. Like I need to dedicate half my training to grappling. And he goes, go check out Electric and see what's up. And then that was the day I showed up.
Okay. And that's what you said to me. You said, hey, man, I heard this is a good spot. I need more grappling to augment my training. You want to get around? And I was like, okay.
Yeah. And then I got absolutely shit on.
Bro, but as soon as the bell went off, you said, rumors are true. Where do I sign up?
Yeah.
That's Vasal.
Yeah. No, that was cool, man.
Yeah.
All right. Back to Bilal.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I go to Charlie's 2020, and then I start my amateur career. It's only a year and a half, 6 fights. Went 6-0, and then we transitioned to professional, I believe 2021, and I made my professional debut on the same card as Vasal. So
It's 22.
Was it?
December 22.
December 2022 with Vasal.
Yeah.
I actually went to fight a guy that was also 6-0 as well. And he was
Okay.
the hometown guy in New Jersey, actually.
Oh, wow.
Just a stud wrestler.
Yeah.
Right. And so I go over there. Me and Daddy Vasal, we're fighting on the same card. So fucking sick in Atlantic City. I go out there in the first 10 seconds into my professional fight. Like I said, I went through my whole amateur career without really taking any damage at all. And then in the first 10 seconds, I'm fighting this stud wrestler. I remember this whole fight camp. I was like, this guy is going to do nothing but shoot. I'm just going to throw a flying knee straight up the middle. First 10 seconds, I go for that flying knee. He catches it, hands lock under my butt, picks me up, walks me to his corner. And I remember this like it was yesterday. I remember seeing Coach Charlie, and shout out to Coach Derek, just like, I'm like, oh fuck, everything's in slow motion, and he slams me to the ground, and I remember just hearing the crowd just erupt, and I remember just same thing, like that voice in my head that was like, oh fuck, like is this, I remember literally saying to myself, is this really how it's gonna go? Like I've dreamt of this moment going professional. Is this how it's gonna go? And then I remember I hit that switch. I'm like, no the fuck not. I fucking get up, I use the wall, and I remember literally I was like stuffing his head down because he was going for like a double leg against the wall, and I was like, I can throw elbows. I start throwing those side elbows to the right at the top of his ear, and I remember like the first 3 just crack. I could just, it's a crazy feeling. Like,
And this is your first time giving 100% live elbows.
yes, it was the weirdest feeling in the world. Yeah, and I remember just seeing just blood squirt everywhere. This was probably the bloodiest fight of my career. I've had a couple pretty bloody fights, but this was like an insane amount. Like blood started leaking on the side of his head, and then that was basically it for 3 rounds. Like I would bust him up a couple times, and then I think in the second round he was just shooting in, and I catch him with the right hook. I drop him, but the whole time he's just in on my legs. The whole time just would not stop. Insane pressure. That's how he fought all his 6 fights in his amateur career. He would just pick people up, put them down in the corner, just TKO him with a couple his ground and pound.
He was trying to find your dick, dude.
He really was. There's so many pictures of him just crotch sniffing me the whole time.
I love rice. I'm gonna get in there. Oh, where's that little Asian dick? Oh.
Hey, I guess he wanted it, but yeah, that's how I finished my first ever professional fight. I win a decision, and I'm just covered in blood. But it was a great fight. You know, that's what I needed, honestly, because that's like the kryptonite.
Really push you,
yeah. So it made me really open up my eyes. And then, you know what's crazy is that as I was leaving, because he's the hometown kid, like everyone, honestly, most of the people there were to watch him. As I was leaving, people were trying to like throw shit at me.
I didn't even heard about
Jersey
that.
guys. Yeah, and then Derek was shout out to Coach Derek, our wrestling coach. He actually almost got in a fight with a couple of those guys, and then Charlie held him back.
Derek's a motherfucker.
Dude, he's the man. And then we go back into the changing room, and then of course Vasal's up like I think 2 fights after me. He gets a crazy fucking clinch to knee knockout. It was one of the most beautiful knee knockouts I've ever seen in my life. That was an amazing night, man. No better way to start my professional career.
One of the best nights.
Wow, dude.
It was cool.
What was next after that?
After that, I had 6 finishes in a row. Right after that, that was the only fight in my professional career that went to decision. After that, I just went on a killing spree. Basically, I had like a body shot knockout. After that, that was when you fought in Philly again. Yeah, and you fought for the title.
Would you guys agree? I think most human beings think getting punched in the face hurts.
Doesn't hurt.
Doesn't really hurt. No. It just feels weird.
Yeah.
And sometimes it makes you dizzy, which is like, what's going on right now, right? Yeah. But getting punched in the face doesn't really have like a pain response to it.
It's not that bad.
All that adrenaline,
getting kicked in the leg, getting kicked in the liver, those are the ones that are like,
yep. Those add up.
Getting punched in the face, you either feel it or you don't. And that's really it. And if you don't feel it, one of 2 things happens. You either go to sleep or you're just like, that's not that bad. That's it. And the other one is like, they punched my nose.
What are you now then? 7-0?
Yeah, I'm 7-0.
7-0 professional.
About to be 8-0.
Soon. But it's actually 7 wins, no loss, and then 1 NC. I tell people that stands for Nutcracker. So you guys, this is
Did you
a
crack the
crazy.
nut, or did you get your nuts cracked?
No, I definitely cracked someone's nuts. This is a crazy. This is actually a very, very wild story. This is one of my favorite stories of all time.
There's two sides to this story too.
Yeah, it gets crazy. So long story short, I fought this kind of a dweeb basically, but he trained at a gym called AMC Pancration. You guys both know where that is.
Yeah.
Yep. And then so he was kind of known as a nutcase. And
What do you mean by that?
I don't know how into detail I want to get into this, but
Okay, he's known as a nutcase. Got it.
Yeah, he got kicked out basically out of the gym, and then I get matched up to fight him under Combat Games MMA, and I'm on a 2-fight contract. So this is my I don't know if it was my first or second fight.
It was your first.
It was my first fight in Tulalip Casino, and then
Outdoor arena too.
yeah, that was fucking sick. But kind of like I'm gonna kind of like back up because there's so many layers to this story. But yeah, leading up to this fight, we all knew he was a little bit of a nutcase. They're like, "You're really gonna fight this guy? Like, this guy has nothing for you." But 2 weeks before the fight, shout out to our boy Gucci Aquaman. You probably seen him. He's come
He's
here
been here
before.
before. Yeah.
Can I tell you an Aquaman story real quick?
Yes, please. I love Aquaman stories. Shout out to Aquaman.
Shout out to Aquaman. I fucking love that guy.
Bro, I've been around high-level athletes my whole life,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Right? And I might not be one of those guys. I'm close, right? But I can see...
Don't sell yourself short, Greg.
Well, no, but when I see other men that can just push their engine a certain way, I understand, oh, that guy's a little different. Yeah. And I was watching him on my assault bike.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what the fuck is going on right now? Yeah. And it wasn't like, it was almost not computing how much force he was generating in that
we
thing.
did the same workout you and I did.
And so, bro, I can't look at the numbers on my assault bike and really correlate that to fitness just because I haven't geeked out on that enough. So, do you remember this, Vasal?
I do.
I walked up to him. I said, bro, what's your mile time? I want to know your mile time because that you generate fucking power.
He's a freak
and
athlete.
he goes,
He is.
like 4:30.
Crazy, yeah.
Oh, I was like, okay. Now I understand
sense.
you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we
Freak
talking
athlete.
about?
I mean,
dude?
also like rescue swimmer in the search and rescue swimmer in the Navy, swimmer in high school, went to college for swimming, got kicked out for partying.
So he went to the what's it called, the Olympic Center for swimming too.
Well, bro, and then that same card you fought on that I was at, he fought that night
did,
too.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he was getting fucking cracked a little bit, and it made him come alive. And I
Yep.
said, "Oh, he has that Forrest Griffin in him."
Yeah, he does. He does.
Yeah, that dude's an animal, bro.
He is.
Oddly enough, or funny enough, he lives with me right now.
Oh, does he?
Dude, I get to see that guy every day. I fucking love that guy. He's one of my favorite fucking humans I've ever met in my entire
Yeah,
life.
bring his ass in here more, bro.
I would if his elbow wasn't.
He's
fucked
getting a
up.
lot better. He'll probably start coming in this
Yeah.
week, honestly.
He
Okay.
wants to fight early next year, but he early this year he fucked his elbow up. He was doing some rounds. He had a title fight coming up and got taken down. And literally watching the tape, you would honestly pretty soft takedown. And I remember watching he didn't even post out. He posted out with his elbow.
Oh shit. I
It
didn't know that.
wasn't even anything bad. And so I remember he got taken down, and then he just kind of like goes, ah. I was like, Aquaman doesn't usually scream. And so Pavel kind of like backed off, and I went over and I was like, what's up, man? He just
Was that here?
No, it was at C3.
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about our Pavel.
No. No.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know you're talking
Okay.
about. No, our Pavel is a little different.
Got it.
Still
I-
very strong in
Still
Russian.
very strong wrestler in Russian. Yes.
Got it.
But so sure enough, I go over to him and he's on the ground with his arm curled up and he just looks at me and goes, 911. And I'm like, getting him in the car, we're going to the ER. And
That's crazy.
What ended up happening?
he tore a couple of ligaments and tendons in
That's
his
the
elbow.
worst, bro.
And it was just the stupidest thing. Like it was just a takedown. He didn't even post his arm out. He just kind of put his arm out to brace a little bit, and it just tore some stuff. So he's been to like 3 different orthopedic surgeons. Obviously he's a veteran as well, so he's gone through the VA, and they've all said the same thing. Like, hey, this is what you're working with. But he's getting a lot better. He's almost got full mobility on it, and he's when you said you were training with him at over your guys' trip, you said he was grappling.
We were grappling pretty hard. Yeah, he's getting
Cool.
up there.
Yeah.
Well, bro, you said you did fucking peptide research. Why don't you start fucking building some 157 in your lab? For the
Some
team?
TPC.
We've been, funny enough, I was he comes up to me one day and he goes, "Hey man, I've been using your syringes. I had syringes because I was draining my ear from a cauliflower." And I go, "That's fine. Like, what have you been using them for?" And he goes, "I'm shooting BPC. Hey,
157.
would you mind like pinching my arm?" It's just like, what? And he goes, "Yeah, just pinch it right there. I'm gonna shoot some BPC right in that." So
Good.
sometimes,
All right, he's already doing it.
yeah,
then.
no, he's been doing that, and then also the BioPro you gave him too.
Oh yeah,
So-
that's right.
Yeah. So he's been doing that stuff, but yeah, he's a absolute freak athlete, and he's on the up and up right now. So thank God for him. I absolutely love that guy.
Gucci Aquaman.
Gucci Aquaman, shout out to him.
All right, sorry to derail you.
No, it's okay.
I like to go down rabbit holes.
No, it's okay. I remember now. So Gucci Aquaman, like you said, likes to go partying. So 2 weeks before my fight, he's like at the club with his boys, and he sees this this mysterious looking guy. Comes up to him and he goes, "Yo, bro, you wanna buy tickets to my fight?" And then Aquaman's like, "Sure, who are you fighting?" And he pulls up the poster, and it's him against me.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so this guy, 2 weeks before our fight, he's just partying. Just
yeah.
going at it.
So hopefully Aquaman was like buying him shots. and,
Nah,
like,
that's what he said. So
Okay,
probably.
yeah. I'm hooking your boy up.
Yep.
dude.
So-
Absolutely.
So we get out there and the fight's
We're playing fucking 4D chess, bro.
we're steps ahead. We're steps ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then the fight, we get out there. I'm out into Layla, and this kid shows up, and you could just tell he's kind of like out of shape. And I'm in there just jacked, chiseled up, and I'm like, he just doesn't look like he belongs in there with
Is
me.
your arm okay?
What's
You're
up?
from patting yourself on the back so hard right there?
Hey man, I'm just
No,
stating
but
the
bro,
facts.
that's part of your ethos, right?
Yeah.
The fact that you said like 2 weeks out, this guy was drinking,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you kind of chuckle about that. That tells me, bro, when you're in camp, you're in fucking camp.
Oh yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
you're fucking getting ready.
Yeah, dialed in. Yeah, but all I know how to do in life, man, is just train and fight. And so I've been
like
doing
giving
it
a
ever
shit.
since. Yeah, ever
You
since
know
I was young. I know.
How
I
old
know.
are you now?
I'm 24.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Still young, dude. You got a whole fucking future in front of you.
Yes, sir.
He's a fucking stud.
Yeah.
So the little fatty that was out of shape and drinking showed up, and
Oh,
you,
dude,
you
he showed
knew.
up with rolls.
Yeah, and then
And what you're bantamweight, right?
I'm flyweight.
Flyweight.
Yeah.
Okay. You can't have rolls at flyweight.
No.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how the guy did it, but he's still actually no. That one was at bantamweight. Yeah,
Oh,
my bad.
okay.
That was at 135. And then the fight starts 7 seconds in. I'm in southpaw. He's in orthodox. I throw a leg kick. I meant to hit him in the inner thigh, and I guess I aimed up a little bit high. Boom, just like a straight nut shot. 7 seconds in, but I thought I landed at his and fucking Vasal's there too. This is fucking hilarious. I
was in your corner.
Yeah, I hit him in the thigh, and the ref doesn't stop it. I thought I like just leg kicked him super hard, and he went down. The ref didn't stop, so I gave him a couple juicers to the side of the head. Just finished him in under 7 seconds, but he's just holding his nuts, and I'm like, oh fuck, but because like the whole crowd was just silent, and I'm like. Because I just I landed a few shots, like fuck yeah, and
Just
I remember
open up with a nut shot. But bro, it's up to the ref to fucking call that.
I know
shit.
he didn't step in, and so I thought it was over, and then the crowd was silent, and then shout out to Joe De Matteo, the whole crowd silent, and then one of my homeboys, I see him outside of the cage, and he goes, yeah. So I thought I was like, oh, it might be over, and then I looked to Vasal, and he's just shaking his head. He's like, fuck, this kid's still on the ground, and then
That was his karmic debt being repaid to him. It sounds like.
yeah, he got, but the thing is, he got out the easy way,
He really did. I hate to interrupt you
it's
again.
okay. No, it's okay. Keep
Dude,
going,
the
please.
funniest part about that story is I was in his corner.
Yeah.
And corners and coaches can't bet on fights.
Oh.
So I gave his best friend Eddie. I was like, "Here's $300. Go put it on Bilal."
I was just gonna say, dude, I'll launder the money for you if you ever need me to.
So I gave Eddie $300. I was like, go to the sports bookie and put $300 on Bilal. I'm making something. And he comes back and he's got a receipt and he goes, "You're gonna make $25."
What was I plus 3,000?
No,
favorite.
I think it was you were like plus 1,200 or something.
Yeah, something like that. It's crazy,
like
yeah.
that. And I was like, totally worth it. That's $25 in my pocket. And so after the fight, I was just like, my immediate thought was, well, fuck, the fight's over. Am I still gonna get my $300 back?
Yeah.
So I was like, Eddie, go to the fucking bookies, see if I get my $300 back. And they're like, it was a no contest. You should get your money back, but we gotta wait for the results before we can give it to you. And so I had to hang out at the casino all fucking night, and God forbid I drink and play blackjack, and while I wait for my money to get back. But anyways, so that was a little side story there.
And
I had a little bet going.
That was your.
That was going to be my second professional fight.
Okay.
And then, so I nut kicked the guy. I tell people it's because it's NC. I tell them Nutcracker. So that's like my Nutcracker story. And then crazy, same promotion, Koga, shout out. And then
Wait, does that count as one of your?
I mean, it's up there on my record. It
No. But I'm saying, like, you said you were under a 2-fight contract. If it's a no contest, does that still count?
It still counts, yeah.
Okay.
And even crazier, the second fight that I had under them, same thing. It was at bantamweight, and then me and the guy weigh in the day before, and then day of the fight, I'm ready, wrapped up. I saw him on fight day, and then he pulls out. Literally, I'm about to walk out. This guy pulls out. Yeah, he
during
said
the
he felt
walkout?
sick. No, I'm about to walk out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I
then
was
so,
in the corner for that one too.
Do you get paid still?
yeah, I still got paid. I was like, paid for a little nut shot and then to show up. But honestly, it was a terrible time in my career, man. I was just getting blue balled left and right from these fights, man. I was like, what the fuck? I kick a guy in the nuts the first one. The second one, the guy doesn't show up to dance. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on in my career?
And then you're a free agent, huh?
Yeah, and then I go back to fight for CFFC, and then I get 6 finishes in a row. So it's not
There we
too
go.
bad.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Now I got cool stories to have, too.
And that's who you're still with now?
Yeah, so I have one more fight with them. I have a fight December 20th, and funny enough, I'm fighting another 7-0 guy, also Indonesian as well. So it's like very weird.
Well, it's a good thing you hate Asians.
That's what I'm saying, man. We gotta clip this. Let's clip this part of the podcast. Just fuck Asians.
Fuck yeah, fuck them. Yeah.
When and where's that at again?
That's going to be, funny enough, it's going to be in Atlantic City, the exact place where I had my professional debut. So it's going to be in the Hard Rock. It's almost going to be full circle. So I'm defending the belt. We're going to go 8-0, and I'm just going to show that I'm just levels above this guy and, just paint another picture, man. That's one thing I really love about fighting. Like, being a champ, that's fucking cool and all, but I just want to have the sickest highlight career of all time.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, you're already fucking there.
Dude, when did
Close.
you didn't tell me that you were the champ. When did you get the belt?
I got
How
the
many
belt,
fights in?
4 fights in. Yeah, 4 fights in. I was 4-0, and then I fought, and then 5-0, 6-0, 7-0.
Who did you beat for the belt?
I beat a guy that stepped in short notice. I rear naked choked him.
Wait, no. That was for the belt. That was in North Dakota.
Yeah, that was in North Dakota.
That was for the belt? I thought that was
for the
defending the belt.
Shit, no, that was for the belt.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Okay.
Yeah, so I just want to fucking
You, me,
sick.
and Gucci fought on that card. And
Yeah,
Sam.
and Sam. That was a fucking sick night, man.
That was,
Yeah, you should have won that fight. Sorry.
I did win
I know
that fight.
you were that one hurt your heart. I remember when you came back.
That
you're
one
like,
fucked up. Yeah, that's what it is. But,
But that's also part of the we all know, like, the hometown hero thing is real.
yeah,
And knowing
sir.
that, like,
Can't leave it to the judges, man. Those
Yeah.
guys will.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
what was I mean, you went 7-0, but were you like drug into deep waters in any of those ones? Or
Actually,
have
my
you-
last one, yes, man. That was a crazy fight. So I'm actually very proud of it as well, though, because I went 4 rounds. In the 4th round, I got the finish against a guy that's never been finished by strikes before. But man, I dealt with some crazy adversity in that one because in the 2nd round, we were actually in that 50-50 position. And a couple weeks ago, I don't know if you saw that Figueiredo versus Corey Sandhagen fight where they were both in 50-50. And then
No.
yeah, that was a crazy fight because they were both in 50-50 and Corey Sandhagen, they were both in 50-50. He hipped in, and then that's what popped Figueiredo's knee.
Okay.
And so that was ruled a win for Corey just because of doctor stoppage. And then we were literally in that exact same
I
position.
hate 50-50.
Fucking so gay, man.
It's gay.
So gay.
I
Fuck
hate
you.
it,
Fuck
bro.
both of you guys.
No, I don't. For me, bro, like, I want to get on top of you, and I want to be a fucking 500-pound lead blanket. I don't 50. Just the title 50-50 means, all right, we're both capable of giving and taking. And it's like that's not where I want to fucking be.
Yeah, you're basically.
But bro, you got guys like Ryan Hall that do that fucking spinning, rolling Imanari, and they get into that and they fucking rip people's feet off. So
Against
there's a
BJ Penn,
yeah,
too.
there's a place for it for sure.
Oh, dude, yeah, that literally-
But I ain't in that place.
Yeah, fuck that, man. That was such a weird position because we were in 50-50 and I was on top. And then I should have done this. I should have, held under his head and then kept that pressure, which I did. But then I would give a couple juicers and then the ref would come closer. But then I let go of his head, so he had the ability to hip in. So I was hitting him with a couple juicers and then the ref starts stepping close. Every time I thought he was about to fucking stop the fight. And then he would hip in, and then that's when my knee popped a little bit. And so I fought literally the last 2 rounds with one leg. I remember going into the 3rd round trying to shift to one side. And I was like, oh fuck, I'm compromised.
Yeah.
So you can tell, like, one, we're both gassed as fuck. We're like, we tried. I almost finished him in the 1st round, and then in the 2nd round, I'm in that 50-50 leg battle. We hear my leg fucking snap 3 times, and I'm going in the 3rd round like, oh, I can barely move. So I remember shout out to Coach Fungus, Jake Fernie. He was like, man, stop getting in the clinch with him. You can't get taken down right now. You need to move, angle, slip, and rip. And that's all I did. The 3rd round, and then the 4th round, I finished him, hit him with a body kick, I believe, and then I slipped a couple punches, and I literally just started throwing punches at his face, probably at like 40%. This guy's already bloodied up. I can tell his will's already broken. And then the ref steps in a little closer, and he stops it in the 4th round. So I got a 4th round finish, and that was probably my most proudest win because I went through adversity, man. Like,
Well, and was there any serious injuries, or your tendons just get
we're good now.
strained?
We're good now. I was a little bit injured, of course.
You didn't need any surgery?
No, thank God.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I just prehabbed. I stayed on top of my strength and conditioning. And, like, honestly, now I feel even stronger than I was before.
Well, bro, and here's the thing, man. You see it with fighters a lot, is that they have a really good career and where they're like fucking just shooting to superstardom in the smaller shows. And then they get to the UFC and they fizzle out, right?
Right.
So the fact that you're getting drug into deep waters a couple times, in hindsight, that's going to be a gift, man.
1,000%. I'm so grateful.
I mean, Marcus Bouchesha is a good friend of mine. He was on the show, and he had one loss in one, where it fucking wasn't his night, right? And then he got signed by the UFC, and we're all like, dude, he's gonna fucking murder, right? And I haven't talked to him about it, so I don't know if it was like if something was off or if it was the nerves or the big show. Like all those things play a factor, and he just couldn't get. You could just tell he couldn't get his game going.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and so it's like these smaller shows. If you're having some tough fights and moments of that adversity, like you said, in hindsight, it's going to be a fucking gift for you, bro.
1,000%. That's immediately what I thought after the fight, man. Also knowing that I can go, 20 minutes of fighting. Like if you're not fighting for the belt in the UFC, you're only fighting 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So I have so much more confidence in my gas tank, knowing that, hey, I can go for 20 minutes of fighting. I'm not worried one bit, man.
Bro. And I don't think people can comprehend, because, bro, I only did a couple amateur fights, right? And so I even can't comprehend what 20 minutes of fighting it feels like. But fucking 10 minutes of fighting is literally the hardest thing you can do.
1,000%.
2 minutes of fighting is fucking hard.
You know? And it was funny, too. My first fight, I went back and I was like... I remember it, dude. I said, Charlie, dude, I don't think I got in good enough shape. And he laughed. And he goes, or no, it wasn't right after the fight. It was the next time I went into the gym.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, bro, I fucking felt like I gassed out there. And he laughed. And I forget who he said this to, but he goes, hey, Greg said he gassed in his fight. He's like, welcome to fighting, dude.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like when it's max effort, I don't care how good a shape you're in. It's going to be hard.
1,000%.
You know?
That's one of the things we really got lucky with the gym that we train at. Shout out to Charlie's Combat Club. And Charlie being the guy that he is, that's one of the things that he pushed more than anything else. Obviously he pushed like, come and learn, do all the classes, learn as much as you can. But if you're going to fight for me, you're going to be in shape.
Well, bro, and as the saying goes, fatigue makes cowards of us all.
Yeah.
So it's like the first thing that needs to be addressed is show up in shape.
Yeah.
And I tell my jiu-jitsu athletes this too. It's like even a jiu-jitsu tournament, that's the one thing that you have ultimate control over. So if you're not showing up in shape, what you are saying to everybody on your team, everybody at the tournament, is that I didn't take this serious.
Yep.
That's the one thing that is 100% in control of, that you have control over. Because once you step on the mats or you step into the cage, I don't care how good you are. I don't care how prepared you are. I don't care how much better you are than your opponent. That other motherfucker still gets a vote in how all this plays out.
Right.
Yeah.
Period.
100%.
And so I think showing up in shape at a minimum gives you the confidence to know I did everything I could.
Right.
Because think if you were standing in the corner where they're announcing your name and you're like, I was at the bar last weekend taking shots, or I was supposed to do this, but I kind of fucking slacked off. Now you know. That voice in your head knows, like, I'm not who I'm supposed to be right now.
Yeah.
You can't have that.
1000%.
And that was one of those things. Remember when you and I were training? I was training for Jose Perez, and you were training for that guy you body knocked or your body kick and punch knocked out. When you and I would go to the Y.
Oh man,
and
the
we would hit
Jacob's
the
ladder.
Jacob's ladder.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's that rotating
it's a
wood
climbing,
thing.
It's
yeah.
an elliptical ladder, pretty much at a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, and it has that little clip on your back.
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the worst machines ever invented. But me and Bilal used to go there, and every Tuesday we would get on the Jacob's ladder, and I would do 4 5s, he would do 3 5s because I was training for a title fight at that time, and I would do 5, and then he would get on and do 5, and then I would do 5, he would do 5, I would do 5, he would do 5, and then I would finish with the 5.
Yeah.
And then we'd go in the pool and we'd swim sprints.
Yeah, that was crazy. And we would also try to beat each other every score.
was the thing.
The competition, like, oh, I can do more in 5 minutes. So like,
Yeah.
dude, that bumped it up to a whole nother level.
Is the Jacob's ladder, the speed changes based on how fast you climb?
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. So how much you're pulling.
And
Yeah.
then does it show like how far you
Yes.
went?
Yeah. So
Okay, so you like you got however many fucking
Yeah.
how does it read distance?
feet.
Feet? Okay.
So if there's anybody out there who is a Jacob's ladder aficionado, I don't know if this is like a super impressive thing.
I think you hold the world record.
For 5
fucking
minutes
hope
at
so.
least.
My 5-minute fastest climb, longest climb, sorry, in 5 minutes was 672 feet,
That's pretty good.
which when we were doing our, we were like 2 weeks out, I did 4 climbs, you did 3 climbs. Every one of my 4 climbs was above 600 feet in 5 minutes, which doesn't sound too impressive because like 600 feet, that's not that much. But
Bro, I'm not saying that.
no, but I mean, like, I don't know. Someone listening might, but I don't know if 672. I remember that number very specifically, 672, because I got off. I think that was round 2, and I remember I got off the Jacobs. I was like, I wonder if I can do 700. But at the same time, like that was when I knew I was in shape.
Yeah.
672 feet on the Jacobs ladder at a 5-minute time. That was insane.
God, you're giving me a hard on for the Jacob's ladder.
I'm
If I
telling
had
you, man,
more room here, I'd go buy one tonight, dude.
you got to try it out at least one of these days because I mean, don't get me wrong, the rower sucks ass.
No, I have, but I don't remember pushing it like that.
It's fucked up. The Jacob's ladder and the Versa Climber, in my opinion, are the 2 hardest machines ever.
Dude, there's something about, and it's funny that I'm refinding this with rowing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, rowing, that sounds gay. You know what I mean? Like you don't think of, oh, I'm going to go row and it's going to be the hardest fucking thing that I've done, right?
Yeah, but if you know, you know.
But dude, so Saturday's my hard day.
Yeah.
Saturday, 1 day a week, I fucking just absolutely, I could do like this was this morning, right?
Oh shit, yeah.
Like, bro.
Right here?
Yeah, you're sweaty.
Bro, I take the rower out right
Oh,
there.
nice.
And just fucking
How long did you go
20
for?
minutes as hard as I can go.
Sprint day.
As hard as I can go.
How many meters you get?
Dude, I got 5,000.
Fuck that.
And it's like, I was trying to break 20 minutes, and I think I got 20 minutes and 13 seconds for my 5K.
5K in 20 minutes is
And
that's
it
a
was like-
good clip.
No, you're watching, because as it puts 5K and it just starts counting down.
Yeah.
But it gives you a estimated finish based on how hard you're pulling.
Yep.
And it was like ranging, like when I first started, it's like, you're going to finish in 1830. I was like, yes, dude, just ripping it.
Yeah.
And then it's climbing up and it's climbing up.
Always, yeah.
And it was like, you're going to finish in 1944. And I was like, okay, the goal's under 20.
Yeah.
And then it's like, you're going to finish in 2010. But I couldn't do it. Like I pushed, I
So
know
hard.
that I was starting to dry heave. And for me, that lets you know, like, that's about your limit, bro.
Yeah.
But dude, I haven't been pushing myself like that in a long time, because once you move from athlete to coach, it's just a different thing.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is a mission now even though it's so different from anything I've ever done. It's a mission that's bringing me back to a place where it's like, you better fucking get it.
Well,
you're going to die.
You're going
That's
back
what I'm telling myself.
Yeah, no, you are. You legitimately, you
Yeah,
are.
if you don't
you're going back
fucking-
to that dark place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't fucking show up, it's just like what we just said about fighting. I go out on that ocean and I know in the back of my head, I didn't put in what I could have put in.
Yeah.
That ocean's going to eat me, bro.
Yeah, and the ocean don't give a fuck.
It doesn't give a fuck,
No,
dude.
that's fucking
bro,
horrifying.
Like, I don't know how you, like, where you guys are at, like, spiritually or whatever.
Fuck the ocean. That's where I'm at.
But for me, I'm going into this and it's like, if I don't show Mother Nature that I respect her by giving her 100% of my effort in this, she's going to kill me.
That's a very
good way to
go
look
into
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a great way
But
to look
if
at
she
it.
knows I gave everything I had, bro, she's going to take care of me.
Yeah.
And you can call it God, you can call it the universe, you can call it Mother Nature, but I think it's just a being in alignment with
Yeah.
the energy in what the task is you're trying to accomplish.
I love that.
And if
Yeah.
you're in alignment, that's the path to victory. Same thing, bro. I fucking launch out of Nia Bay in May, and I'm like, we fucked off, and we fucking,
Yeah.
I didn't do this, and I didn't do that.
Good luck.
Now what I'm doing is I'm building it will be a self-fulfilled prophecy to failure.
Yeah.
So I can't allow that to happen.
Well-
and it's exciting, dude.
Well,
You
also
know?
that kind of ties into fighting too, because it's everything. If you go out there, and I'm not saying you're going to fail, but I'm saying if you do, like you end up using your sat phone or you end up using one of your emergency systems that you have, you know that
I gave it what I could give it.
exactly.
That's right, dude.
And that's the thing. Like,
And you can hold your head high in failure knowing
You did all you could.
that you showed up. Because I'm not
Exactly.
the best rower in the world.
Yeah.
You might not be the best fighter in the world.
Definitely
so there
not.
is a time when failure, he is the best fighter. in the
no,
world.
no, no,
He's
no,
up
no,
there.
no, no,
He's
no.
up
Oh,
there
you
right
will
now.
be, bro.
That's the
Dude,
goal, but
you
not
will
yet.
be.
Not yet.
did
Yeah,
he ever tell you about the time Demetrius Johnson called him out on the Joe Rogan podcast?
Oh, that was fucking. That was
I
one
do. I saw that.
That one-
One of you guys put a clip of that up.
Yeah,
He
that's
did.
definitely
Yeah.
one of my proudest achievements.
Yeah. but yeah, exactly. It's
That's the
exactly
thing,
like
man.
fighting, man.
And the thing that's cool about things like this row or martial arts, it teaches you how to commit to things.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's how you win in life.
Well, and that's the thing is you also know as a competitor and as a martial artist, you know that when you've got something that requires so much physical exertion and so much physical or physicality just in general, you have to dedicate because it's not something you can't be born with the ability to row to Hawaii from the continent of the United States. You're just,
Facts.
I don't give a fuck who you are. Nobody else in the world.
There's
no-
probably some Polynesian motherfuckers.
Oh,
that
yeah,
just
exactly.
get in a boat.
Including those
Probably
guys.
right,
Yeah,
yeah.
they've downloaded that from their fucking great grandfather, and they
You're
can just
probably
go
right.
for it.
Yeah, they don't count. But as far as us, white people, sorry, Bilal, you're not in this club.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you'll get there eventually.
I know.
We'll
That's
give
the
you
goal.
a white card.
That's the goal.
That's why I'm rowing with both arms.
Yeah,
Because
there you go.
I'm paying homage to my Viking roots.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
family
yeah.
immigrated here from Iceland.
I can see it.
So
You're
it's
tall
like
as fuck.
I have to fucking I can't be paddling.
Dude.
That's
Yeah,
your people
exactly.
shit. dude.
Yeah, exactly. But bringing it back, that makes sense. I fucking love the Viking music out here, dude. When we're
Yeah,
rolling, I kind of
dude.
take that. I kind of do the same thing now when we're rolling at C3, dude. Because again, it's like another primal level when I'm hearing that. Oh, dun dun dun. dun
Hell yeah, dude.
And I'm just like, oh fuck, I gotta lock in. I gotta take down this man.
All right, piss break complete.
Perfect.
We'll wait till the end to burn a joint together.
Okay. Okay.
Because I start forgetting everything after
no,
that.
that's okay.
I won't be able to host a show for shit, dude. But it's also fun too. Were we saying anything important right before we took our piss break? I don't
It was
even
about
remember.
rowing. I actually got a question for you.
Yeah, I was talking about me again. God,
Well,
dude.
no, but dude, honestly, you doing this whole fucking thing, rowing from the continental U.S. to Hawaii. I don't
crazy.
personally. I mean, I want to take this time if we can take it a couple minutes. I know you don't want to talk about you. You keep saying that, but I want to talk
Oh,
about you
yeah,
for
well,
a second.
Yeah, you're the
if you
guest. Let's
can.
talk about me then.
Dude, what the fuck?
I can tell you,
All right.
I've wanted to circumnavigate the world on a sailboat for probably 10 years now. That's always been one of my goals.
All right.
And my father was a commercial fisherman.
Yeah.
And I grew up on a boat. But that was in Alaska, right?
Yeah.
Something about the waters always excited me. And I thought, oh, okay, I have kids now and I'm a cop and I'm doing this life thing.
Yeah.
But when it becomes available, I'm going to get a boat and I'm going to disappear. And I want to go around the entire planet. And then it's like, that's been a goal for a long time. And me and Tyler were sitting out on my property in Granite Falls looking over the river. And it's like, man, there's something about the water that just fucking calls to me. I said, I know, bro. I feel that in my fucking bones. That's my Viking heritage screaming
yeah.
at me, right? Yeah, exactly. Get in a boat and go fucking raid the monasteries, you know?
Conquer. Yep. Yep. I love it.
And I said, I feel that every fucking day, you know? And he's like, man, we should do it. And I said, bro, I'll do it. You're saying we should do it? I'll fucking do it.
Yes, sir.
You called his bluff.
And then I don't think he was bluffing. I think he was just feeling the vibe. We also ate a bunch of mushrooms too, right?
Fuck yeah.
That'll do it.
Make you realize some things.
And then I watched this team of men. The guy's name is Jack Jarvis, and I connected with him. His team rode from New York to London last summer, and I watched their voyage on Instagram. And I was like, these dudes are savages. These dudes are how cool, blah, blah, all the stuff that. And then I realized, like, dude, one of my ethos is never, I don't want to say never admire other men, but never vicariously live through other men.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's like, sure, I'll watch the UFC sometimes, but I also know, like, I'm chasing my dreams. I'm doing my stuff. I'm a black belt. I'm a coach. I'm on the mats every single night. Like, I don't like watching other men pursue their dreams from my couch. Because, bro, you can't be that guy, dude, right?
Yeah, you only got so much time.
You only got so much time. And then I realized, like, it just kind of clicked as, like, I have so much pride and like admiration for watching these men do that. I have to now do it. And it was just a moment in time. And I wrote the guy on Instagram. I said, bro, I'm gonna do what you guys did, but I'm doing the Pacific. And I said, I'll pay you.
Crazy.
I'll pay you to hop on a Zoom with me. He goes, mate, you don't have to fucking pay me. I'll fucking I would love to support your journey however I can.
Wow.
So he did like a 90-minute Zoom with my team, like telling us all the do's and don'ts and like his perspectives and shit.
Yeah.
And I went and bought the boat, and now it's going down, dude.
Yeah. When I first saw that Instagram post of you being like, all right, I'm going to the bank. All right, wire transfer is complete. I just bought a boat. I was like, Greg bought another boat. He's like, what kind of boat did he buy? And he's like, I bought a rowboat. I'm like, what kind of fucking rowboat did you buy that required a wire transfer?
Yeah, bro.
And then looking at it, I was like, I did a little research on it. I was like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
but bro, it's exciting.
No, but that was the thing. I was like, I would never in my life. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've done stuff where I go into the mountains and I'm in the snow, like sub-freezing temperatures for weeks on end, and I'm camping the entire time, and I'm, whatever food I bring in, that's all I'm living off of. I love doing that stuff. But you could not pay me to go out on a fucking rowboat and on the ocean.
Insane.
You fucking Looney Tune.
Yeah, but bro,
that's insane, man.
We all have our shit, right?
Yeah,
This is one of the reasons I'm doing it. I think all men are called to do exciting things.
Agreed.
You guys are professional fighters.
I would rather fight than go on the
I
ocean.
understand that, right? But you guys are pro fighters. You are called to do an exciting thing, and you're doing the exciting thing.
Yeah.
This is something I'm called to do, and I'm doing it. I think all men are called in their heart, by their soul, to go forth and do exciting things. But most men stifle that voice.
Agreed.
And they don't
you're right.
take the steps to pursue the dreams. Because, bro, you guys could give a million excuses why I don't want to fight anymore. I'm not, you know what I mean? Oh, this, oh, that.
That's true.
And the older I get, the more excuses I have, too. I got a family. I got a job. I barely have a job. But it's a commitment, right?
Yeah.
So this is going to be something that's going to take some logistics, some planning. I'm going to have to lean on some other people. Like, I understand that. But that's what we're supposed to do as men.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The journey of life is supposed to be that. It's supposed to be a journey. It's not supposed to be fucking work at Boeing for 50 years, retire. Oh, I got a pension where I make $5,700 a month. And
Time to watch Netflix.
And then I go have a heart attack.
Yep.
I would rather, and dude, it's funny because I have some people like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You could fucking die out there. Yeah, you're right.
Very well could.
You guys could die in the cage.
Exactly.
We could die driving home tonight because it's a monsoon out there. That's
Mm-hmm.
actually kind of died down now, which is nice.
Yeah.
But regardless, like, and I'm not saying, like, I understand there's risk versus reward, right?
Right.
Like my buddy Andy Stump flies fucking wingsuits around. I'm not going to do that.
Wait, you wouldn't do that?
I'm not. Well, I would probably do it if it was like a high altitude, high opening. They call that hey-ho.
Yeah.
But some of those guys try and skim the earth.
Yeah, I'm not about that, but
You
one
know
of
what I'm
these
saying?
I would love to get in a wingsuit. That'd be so much fun.
But the thing is, it's like, I understand, like, I don't have a death wish. I have family, bro. I have daughters. I'm not doing this to go out there and die. My wife asked me that. Is this a suicide mission? And I said,
It's a valid question, though, honestly, from a wife's.
I've also said, like, for many years, Jenny knows this. You ain't going to see me riddled with cancer in some bed, withering away. I'm not going to be this, like, old sick man that's a burden to my family. Like, when it's my fucking time, it's my time. And that's nothing, that's nothing dark or twisted. Like, I am going to, whenever I exit this world, it's going to be being who the fuck I am.
On your terms.
I don't want to just slowly get diminished until I'm a rotten old man in a senior citizen home.
Yeah.
That ain't my journey.
No.
But with that said, I already know I'm going to succeed. I've visualized it, bro.
Yes,
I already
sir.
know it's going to happen.
Hardcore as fuck.
You know?
Dude, I mean, side note, shout out to all the women out there who support Looney Tunes like us.
Yeah, for real.
Well, bro, I'll tell you what, because there was some of the other wives are kind of like, hey, what the fuck are they? And one of them called my wife.
Yeah.
And she's very concerned about this, right? And this is, and obviously, rightfully so. I'm not diminishing her concerns at all, right?
Yeah.
Your husband's leaving for 2 months, right?
Yeah. On the ocean.
But this is what my wife said, because my wife met me when I was deploying to Iraq all the time.
Yeah.
So she was, she started to understand, like, dude, if I want to date a wild animal, a man that's fucking capable of protecting his family and being the person that I want a husband to be, the other side of that coin is
He's going to do that shit.
wild.
comes with some wild shit,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And that's exactly what she told the wife. She goes, we like the fact that our men are savages, that they're fit, that they're tough, that they're capable, that they don't let fear dictate their decisions. We like all this. Over here, you can't expect them to be tame over there then.
Yeah.
Amen. On that.
That's
That's
a really good
100%.
point.
You know what I'm saying, dude?
And the other side of it too is like, I mean, I'm sure that the second you decided to do that, and I don't know. So I'm just saying this. I'm assuming Jenny supported you.
100%, dude.
See,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Beautiful.
That's the thing about to kind of correlate in my relationship with my girlfriend. Shout out to Alexa.
Shout out Alexa.
Fuck yeah, she's awesome, dude. I mean, Bilal kind of touched on it earlier. When I go into a fight week or like before a fight, I'm a fucking mental mess, dude. I'm the fucking worst, man. I'm the worst guy to be around the world. The last 3 fights, she's taken the week off from work to just kind of sit around and be like, hey, what do you need? I'm here for you. To cook for me, to clean, and like, hey, I need I gotta do laundry today. Don't worry, you go sit on the couch and do whatever. Like, I'll go do the laundry. She's a fucking angel. And that being said, I only assume that Jenny's probably kind of picked up that role for you to on certain things.
Dude, 100%.
Women
And
like that are priceless.
I also, my daughters, my youngest is 10, 13, and 16. And they're very responsible kids. They're good kids. And I'm to the point now where I feel like I can step away for a little bit.
Yeah.
And my youngest said to me, Dad, I don't want you to go. I said, I know that. And I understand that. And I can respect that. But I have to go. I have to go.
Yeah.
You know? And there's a couple reasons. There's 2 reasons I have to go. 1, I felt called to do it. 2, I said I'm going to do it.
That's huge.
Once you say you're going to do something, for me, that's a hard stop, bro.
That is, yeah.
Like,
Agreed.
you know how many fucking people I have met when they find out that I was an Army Ranger that fought in Iraq? They're like, oh, I was almost going to be a Ranger. I bet you guys, I was almost going to be a fighter.
Yep, all
Dude,
the
the
time.
amount of fucking
You know,
times
bro?
I've heard shit like that.
And I'm not impressed by men that almost do things.
No,
And I never will be.
you shouldn't be.
And our women, they could go be in relationships with men that almost do things, or they could be with men that are men of action.
Yeah.
Yep.
And but being in a relationship with a man of action comes with its own problems too. Yeah, it's just the reality of what it entails.
You're dating a nutcase.
But the other side of it is you can go date fucking pot-bellied little dork that works at Microsoft, and
Yep.
he ain't gonna leave you to go out on the ocean for 2 months, right?
Nope.
He probably can't fuck you very well either.
I was about to say that, man. Read my mind right there, Mr. Greg. Yeah.
No, being a wild animal carries over into other aspects of your life, right?
Amen to that.
Bilal, how are we getting you in the UFC, bro? It's time. Do you think it's time, or do you need some more fights? What do you think?
You know,
I shouldn't even say that because you didn't say that. What is your goal as a fighter?
like I said before, like honestly, I want to compete at the highest levels and create a beautiful highlight reel at the end of my career. But, it's no rush to get into the UFC. Long story short, like, I was almost about to get in, but they wanted a potential short notice fight, and I was still injured from my last fight. So we kind of brushed that off and said, no, we'll wait. But yeah, this kind of came around. And so right when December 20th hits, get an insane highlight reel finish and get into the UFC early next year.
That's the plan.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I love that you said that because let's see if I can find this. I don't remember the exact dates. Maybe I shouldn't put this out on the podcast, but fuck it, I'm going to. I text Buchecha July 7th talking about getting in the UFC, right?
Yeah.
His fight was like July 20th.
Oh shit.
Oh wow.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I shouldn't put this out on the air because the date they released it, you joined the UFC, maybe they penciled that deal 10 weeks earlier, but didn't put it out in public, right?
Yeah.
But the reason I bring that up is like, dude, this is going to be the thing that has the potential to make you an international superstar.
Agreed.
Dude, he already is.
You can't fuck that up.
Yeah.
No, he's already there. The thing is
crazy.
I mean, I know you might not say it on the podcast, but I'll say it. So,
Shit. All right.
So, like I said, our buddy Kevin or Aquaman lives with me. And so he went to Indonesia with Bilal.
Fuck. This is the craziest month of my life. Holy shit.
Month? You extended that trip by like what, 3, 4, 5 weeks?
Yeah, it was only supposed to be 2 weeks. It ended up being a month, but
no,
craziest
it was like a
of my
month and a
life.
half.
Don't
dude.
bring any weed to Indonesia or you'll get decapitated.
Oh yeah, this is crazy. Yeah, that's all I can say. I'll keep it in there.
Yeah, okay.
So Aquaman gets back to my house, and like the night he gets back, I come home from the gym, and I'm just like, "What's up, man? How's it going?" And we're talking about the trip and whatnot. And he goes, "Damn, dude, I'm so happy I was with Billy there." And I'm like, "Why?" When he's like, "Dude, we were fucking checking into customs, and the customs agents were like, Bilal-san."
Yes.
So I mean, I'm not trying to pump you up more, but at the same time, he went to Indonesia, and he was the shit there. And not only that, but I mean, how many highlight reel knockouts have you had here? A lot. So go figure. I don't know if you know this, at the UFC 300 at the Sphere.
Oh yeah.
One of his highlight reel knockouts was shown on the Sphere.
Oh, does Zuffa or whatever the fuck their parent company called own your shit?
CFFC is a different entity from the UFC,
Okay.
but they're the #1 feed organization for the UFC.
Yeah, under
I see.
UFC Fight Pass.
So they have a relationship.
So
then.
yeah. So anything on CFFC is on UFC Fight Pass.
Got it.
And so his highlight reel knockout where
fucking
he
rad, bro.
spinning wheel kicked a dude in the head. One of the bloodiest fights I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
mind you, it wasn't
that fight was crazy.
it wasn't Bilal's blood. It was the other guy's blood. Spinning wheel kick knocked out this dude, and UFC 300, biggest UFC card in a long. Or was it 300?
Yeah, UFC Noche.
Sorry, Noche.
Okay. In the
not 300.
Sphere.
Yeah.
In the
Crazy.
Sphere, but he his highlight reel gets shown in the Sphere to how many thousands of people?
The crazier part is that Ariel Helwani, big, like you said,
Yeah.
one big interviewer. The first ever picture shown in the Sphere is literally my head kick. And it was a picture. He could have took a picture of any other moment, but it was my spinning wheel kick, like perfect, right when it hits the target.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, "Oh shit, it's Bilal." It's just like that's the first ever picture that's seen inside the Sphere, and it's my spinning wheel
That's
kick. That was the
fucking
coolest.
cool, bro.
I was like, "Holy shit!"
So Indonesia, the most densely populated country in the world. I don't know. At least it was.
It's
back
the fourth most populated country in the world. Yeah.
So no, densely.
Oh, density. I don't know. I don't know.
So I'm
Bro,
pretty sure
yeah,
it's the most
the
densely
land
populated.
mass is like
Exactly.
10 square miles.
Exactly. Yeah.
And they have to deal with Komodo dragons. So.
Yeah. Exactly. So I mean, he's already a superstar over there.
Yeah.
So I mean, give him one more fight, get him in the UFC. Imagine what he can do.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
fucking excited for it.
I like. It's one of those things where you're excited to know a guy.
Uh-huh.
So like,
Shit.
I'm excited I know this guy.
Well, I'm
Wild.
also
And I get to train with him.
excited. Charlie Pearson has been putting in work for fucking 35 years now or something.
Long time.
It was cool to see like Matt Hume get to have the Demetrius Johnson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want it for you as much as I want it for Charlie.
Agreed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How
Yes,
cool
sir.
would that be? Dude?
That would be amazing, man.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things though too, like where you stack him up against a lot of the 125s in the UFC, striking wise. I mean, I get Pantoja's a freak of nature. Don't get me wrong, he's a motherfucker. But also, as far as striking goes, dude, and I don't mean this, and I've said this to a lot of people, and I'm sure I've said this to you. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. But as far as striking goes, there's not too many 125ers in the UFC that can compete with him.
Good,
I
bro.
don't think so.
That's what we want to hear.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for sure.
But
So what is it's?
but why do you think he's here? Working
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. All right.
exactly.
So when you're here, just fucking have all the guys just shoot double leg after double leg after double leg
That's
after double
usually
leg.
what happens, and they've been giving me great work, man.
Good,
I really
man.
appreciate it. Everyone here has been amazing. Fucking stud grapplers, man.
I want to get your guys' opinion on this because clearly from, I took a couple fights in like 2004, 2005, and the quality of fighter at the top of the food chain now is vastly more advanced than they were back then, right?
Yeah.
But you know what I noticed when we went to your fight? The undercard guys, the lower level fighters, I feel like they suck more too. I watched some of those fights. I was like, dude, my old ass could get in there and beat your ass.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I asked Jenny, I was like, do you think I'm delusional right now? But I think about like the old amateur cards when I was in the scene, and it was like fucking Buck Bisbee fighting Brian Caraway.
Yep.
It was Colley. It was Alex Zungia. It was like the Malfors brothers. Everybody was willing to fucking get down. And then I saw some guys on that card. I was like, what the fuck are they doing? And one guy they even said he's like self-trained. I was like, there's still dudes that are self-trained that
Still
fight.
are.
Yeah,
There
that's the
still
problem is that there's a lot of people trying to rush into competition. And like what that means is like you find guys that are just like, they don't even have a gym that they train from. They
I
just,
remember,
they just want the clout.
unaffiliated. And I was
Yeah.
like, dude, I don't think you can be fucking capable of anything if you don't at least have a solid team behind you.
Agreed.
Facts.
100%.
And bro, there's plenty of teams to go join. Like you want to go get in the cage and fight someone, go find a Charlie's Combat Club and put in 10 weeks of work and then see what's up.
Yeah.
Well,
Nope.
that's
Fucking
the other-
dudes still fighting out of their garage, going and fighting on shows was kind of surprising to me.
Well, and the funniest thing too is like, recently I don't want to say recently, it's been a couple of years. Since I've been running FTs at Charlie's.
Yeah. Fighters FT is for fighters trading. If you guys don't know.
So if
And
I
when
was
you're
tra-
driving to FT, you got butterflies in your stomach.
Every time. I love it. I
Because
love
for
it.
me, I got to go across a trestle.
yeah,
And once I'm on the other side of the trestle, I'm
There's no
basically
return.
at the gym.
yep, there's
right?
no return.
And I don't care how fucking good you are, dude. It's like,
Well, because it's if you're the best guy in the room, at the end of the day, okay, congratulations, you're in the middle. It's a Shark Tank,
yeah.
and you're gonna and exactly like you said earlier, fatigue makes cowards of us all.
Yeah.
So
So let me ask you this: when you're the toughest guy in the room, Charlie probably intentionally puts 7 fresh guys back to back
fucking
to
percent.
now try and make you not the best guy in the room.
Dude,
Yeah,
there was one time
As he should though.
Absolutely. I remember it was I don't know. I remember which fight it was. I was training for a fight, and there was a guy who he'd never fought before, but he was in a fighters training, and he submitted with an armbar, and I'll never forget. After fighter training, I walked up to Charlie and just went, "So and so submitted me with an armbar today." And he goes, "Can't sleep on anybody," and I'm like, "Yeah, but that means I'm probably gonna lose my fight by armbar." Like that's what I was thinking.
That puts you in that spot.
Just that fucking like I suck at defending armor. I'm a horrible grappler. I can't defend shit. And he goes, "Yeah, you also got to remember you were like 10 minutes deep in a Shark Tank."
Yeah.
And then this guy was a heavyweight, and you were beating him, and you took him down, and then he submitted you. And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, you fucked up. Don't do it again." I'm like, "Fuck, god damn it, thanks, coach."
if you need work with your arm bars, I know a guy.
All right, well, I might take you up on that.
Here, I'm gonna crack the window. We're gonna fucking light this joint up,
Oh shit.
and then I want to. And bro, these are fucking infused. They're gnarly.
Yeah, I was about to say I'll probably just take 2.
So yeah, if you just want to take a hit or two, like I'm not gonna be like, oh, dude, he wanted to smoke with me, and then he's a little bitch.
I'll be breathing out the window the whole time.
Can you not be around this?
Oh no, I can be around it. I don't care. I just don't like it because I don't like smoking it because every time I've ever smoked, I feel retarded the next day.
So you don't get hangovers from whiskey, but you get hangovers from weed.
Dude, I get mad weed hangovers.
That's
Do you
crazy.
want us to wait and burn it out?
No,
back?
burn it now. I don't give a shit. Come on.
This is
I ain't no pussy. Come on.
I'm just trying to respect, dude.
Nah, get in. I appreciate it, but get in on that shit. Come on. But speaking of which, Bilal, you should grab me that other bottle of whiskey.
yes, sir. Of course. That's the least I could do.
You know what I was thinking when I was pissing out back?
Huh?
We could put a TV up there and do
Thank you,
what
sir.
like Rogan does and just do
Have like
Fight Companion.
Oh man! Oh fuck yeah!
How fun would that be, bro?
That would be insane.
That would be fucking sweet. That would be
Fuck
so
yeah.
sweet.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so when we're pouring another drink and wrapping this up with a joint, we're gonna tell the story of Tuesday night.
Jesus fuck.
Because Tuesday night, I've never gotten 1 second of bad vibes from Vasal since he's been a part of this team. We've always got along. He's never done one thing that's like triggered me or made me even think like, what's up with that guy?
Tuesday
Right?
night.
And he's sitting right there in the corner of the mat.
Are you filming this shit? Oh, you
Hell
filming
yeah.
shit?
Hell
Fuck
yeah.
you,
And-
Let me
goddamn
hear
it.
this.
It's bad.
My
man.
10-year-old daughter's here, right? And her name's Logan.
I don't know
and-
Logan's name, by the way.
Well,
to clarify,
I didn't know that at the time.
I know.
And bro, I can be completely honest. I've had 3 girls go, my older 2 going through puberty, and when they start to get their little boobies, like that's part of being a father, right? That's part of watching your daughters grow into women.
Yes, sir.
There's nothing uncomfortable or weird about that, right?
Yeah.
But I'm also, that's not something that we celebrate or we talk about, right? And
Especially
he-
someone outside of the family.
yeah. And he's sitting on the mat over there and he goes, "Hey Greg, looks like Logan's chest is filling out a little bit.
Dude,
Getting a little bigger there." And I said, "What the fuck did you just say to me, bro? The fuck did you say to me?" Like, because I don't care if you're a professional fighter and I don't care if you beat my ass. You start talking about my 10-year-old's boobies, we're fucking fighting. And I leaned over, I looked him right in the eye, I said, "What the fuck did you just say to me, bro?" And he goes, like, "Well, what? Like, I could tell you didn't understand. You had no idea what was going through." Okay, so my Belgian Malinois is 1.5 years, and he's reaching that point where, like, the dogs fill out, right?
Right.
And he's
I
getting,
see.
and his name's Govin. And he was simply saying, "Bro, it looks like Govin's filling out a little bit," you know? And I was like,
That's hilarious.
and dude, it instantly put me in like, dude, I fucking
I'm gonna
love
fucking
you,
kill you
but
mode.
it's fucking fight mode.
Yeah,
It's like,
I saw
bro,
it in your fucking face.
you're gonna fucking like talk about my 10-year-old's boobies filling out.
was that this
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
literally
I was
fucking
here.
fight. You weren't there on Tuesday, were you?
Yeah, I was here on Tuesday.
Oh, you were. Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
Thursday.
Yeah. No, you were on Tuesday. It was. Yeah, you were here on Tuesday. Yeah.
So,
So,
well, he was drilling with Wes right in the corner here. Maybe you were here, dude.
yeah, fucking
yeah,
West.
yeah.
God damn it. So,
And
like,
Wes said to me afterwards, he goes, "I watched that play out and I knew exactly what had happened." He goes, "And then I wanted to just see."
yeah, that motherfucker.
And then Daniel goes, because when we told Daniel the story, he goes, "Trust me, bro, you don't want to see." Because we don't want to try and pull those two apart.
Oh, God, I can't
when
even
they're
imagine.
trying to kill each other.
Dude.
But that would have been the worst thing in the world. I mean, as long as nobody got catastrophically injured, it might have even been funnier, right?
Yeah, it would have been dude. So I mean,
That's insane.
from your perspective, that's yeah. But like from my perspective, I looked at Govin. I was like, and I was working with West, and I go, "Damn, it's like Govin's like becoming a man right now. Like, damn, he's a big fucking dog.
Yeah, he's filling out,
He's
bro.
no longer like a string bean.
Yeah.
So I look at you and I go, man, Govin's really filling out. And you just go, what? And I saw your head turn, and you looked at me like, what did you just say? And I was like, yeah, like, you know, he's really maturing. Like, as it's so, it was literally one of those like Seinfeld moments where someone doesn't know what the other person's talking about, and they consistently say the wrong thing at every fucking turn.
That's hilarious.
So I was like, yeah, he's really maturing. He's getting a lot bigger, especially in his chest.
I can't believe I did not catch
I
that, dude.
know.
Holy shit.
Well, then Greg fucking thinks I'm saying Logan, and I'm just like, yeah, Govin. And then
It does sound pretty similar.
I know.
That's what I'm saying,
I will
bro.
say.
So sure enough, fucking, he just goes, "What are you saying?" And I can see the fucking malice in his eyes, like, I'm about to kill you.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, as I look at Wes, I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, what's going on right now? See, dude, I'm getting you sick. In
No,
here.
it's all
right, you good?
I'll take it.
One more? All right, we're going to take one more each and then we'll put it out.
Yep.
Because we don't want you to get a weed hangover tomorrow.
Dude, I'm a giant pussy when it comes to that stuff.
I love this dude. He's pulling his shirt. He's pulling his shirt over.
So sure
You
enough.
got it, buddy. You
Don't
got
worry.
it.
I'll man up one of these.
Yep.
Whoa.
So sure enough. Greg's looking at me like I just said I was going to do something horrible. And he starts looking at me like he's about to punch me in the fucking face.
Well, bro, the only people that talk about 10-year-olds' boobies are fucking pedophiles. And that means a side of Vasal just surfaced that I knew nothing about.
Yeah.
And now we have a problem.
Did you have that stash during then or no?
No, I didn't.
That's
No,
probably,
no, no.
dude. If he had that stash back then, it would have
already
been on
would've
site.
been-
Yeah,
it would've
on
been
site.
on
yeah. But so anyways, after you said that, you were like, what? And you got like decently close to my
Yeah,
face.
yeah, yeah.
You were
Bro, I
like,
was like-
a foot or two away. And I was like, kind of like looking at Wes, like, what the fuck are we talking about? I was like, Govin?
Govin. Yeah.
I was like, Govin, he's like finally
And I
becoming
was
a
like-
man. And you just go, oh, Govin. I thought you said Logan.
I
I'm
can
like,
see how you could mess that up.
yeah.
That's
And I was
crazy.
like, who the fuck is Logan? And he's like, Logan's my daughter. And I'm like,
I didn't know her name. That's what
I
you
was like, I
said.
didn't know your daughter's name. And you go, let's keep it that way. And I was like,
That's hilarious.
that's fine with me, man. Meanwhile, the entire time you and me are busting up laughing, and Wes just sitting there like calm as a cucumber. And I look at him like, what the fuck? He's like, I knew exactly what was going on.
Yeah,
Like,
I know.
And you decided to sit there and fucking watch that shit play out and watch me die? And he goes, I like to see where things go.
Yeah, I like to see where things go.
Verbatim
But, bro,
what he said.
I'm also not delusional. Like, and I don't care about like you don't fight when you fight another man. It's like it's just there's not much logic. It's just fucking go.
What would have been your first move? That'd be a good question.
Right hand to the face triangle. Mount a triangle. I can see it.
Yeah, probably just fucking.
A little double leg.
Yeah.
No, he was sitting.
I was sitting
standing.
down.
That makes it even funny. I can see like a knee to the lips or
So
something.
here's the thing, though, because it's the right thing to do would just shin kick you in the teeth from
Ooh,
there.
that's
right?
a good
Point,
choice.
yeah.
That's
But
a good choice.
my brain doesn't go there. My brain goes tackle you and get on top of you.
That's,
You know what I
that's
mean?
the jiu-jitsu part.
That's the
Yeah.
jiu-jitsu part of me.
Yeah.
And I could admit that's potentially a fault. You know
I
what
don't
I'm
know.
saying?
I probably would have been pretty compromised. I've already been so shocked, like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, but bro, so you look at it like this. I had 2 years of kickboxing as a kid, and then I spent, 4 years at Charlie's, right?
Yeah.
And then I haven't really done hardly any striking since then.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll still likely outstrike 99% of the population.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think so. My striking is one
I
of my strong suits.
I don't want my brain to go default jujitsu.
Yeah, I get you.
Because, bro, I'm the first to admit, I love jiu-jitsu. There is an application for jiu-jitsu, and one of them is being a fucking police officer.
Absolutely.
Because I have controlled people like they're children. It's weird. It's
When they
a
don't
good
know,
feeling.
yeah.
bro, when you control, like, especially you guys, the level that you guys are at, the people you're training with,
Yeah.
even if they may, like, suck as a professional fighter, they're still a professional fighter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody that walks through this door is already like the pinnacle of society.
Yeah. You're absolutely
Even
right.
even untrained. Just the fact that they're willing to say, "I'm going to go do this thing," right?
Yeah.
Separates you from the herd.
Exactly.
100%.
You put your hands on people that know nothing. It's literally like thunk, and it's just they're stuck, and it's like you feel like my baby. It's fucking bizarre, dude.
Did I ever tell you about my buddy who's a bodybuilder who was talking to me about
Yes.
fighting? Yeah.
How well do you think I do, or some all that
fucking
shit?
Crazy story. So my one of my buddies who's a bodybuilder, dude's huge. He's like 5'11", 265. His arms are the size of my fucking neck. Huge guy, huge. And I was talking to him, and he's like, yeah, what do you think would be my move if I was to get into like street fight? Because apparently he had an altercation with some guy.
It's like, well, let me ask you question one. Do you have a move?
There we go.
Because if you don't, your move is nothing.
Yeah, but exactly. But he was like, oh yeah, he's like, no, he's like, what do you think the best course of action would be for me in a fight? Like, what would be my move? And I was like, dude, well, given how fucking huge you are, I was like, you got about 30 seconds of just raw, unadulterated diesel power, and you could just rip someone to the ground and control them. And he goes, oh, come on, you got to give me more than 30 seconds. I'm like, no, man, you got about 30 seconds. Like, that's a lot of fucking muscle.
Get on a track and sprint for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Do it for 15 and fucking tell me you're okay.
Yeah.
So he goes, no, you got to give me more than 30. I'm like, all right. And I was like, you got 32. And he goes, yeah. And he's like, no. He's like, bro, I've always had really good cardio. I was like, when's the last time you did cardio? He was like 3 months ago. I did like the treadmill for like 10 minutes. I'm like, bro, that ain't fucking cardio.
That
and he's
ain't
like,
fight. Well,
yeah.
and here's the thing too, and I'd be interested to hear if you guys agree with me. Running cardio doesn't correlate to fighting very
No,
well.
it does not. It does not at all.
Okay.
100%.
Because I remember there
right.
have been times when I went on deployments.
Yeah.
When I was like, most of my deployments, I would find guys to train.
Yeah.
There was one deployment, no one would train.
Yeah.
I would always just grab someone and be like, and sometimes there'd be like other trained guys there, and you'd have great gnarly training sessions, right? One deployment, no one wanted to train. So I just fucking ran and jumped rope the whole time.
Yep.
And I came home. I remember as I drove to Charlie's and we did a training session, and I was like
felt
fucking
dead.
gassed
Yep.
almost immediately. I was like,
Different
what is
cardio.
this?
It's
dude?
different. It's whole body versus particular muscle, and that's one of the things that he was like. He's like, no. He's like, I've always had great cardio. I think I can outpace like most of the guys I work out with, and they run like half marathons and marathons. I'm like, dude, that's cool, but that ain't fucking fighting.
No,
and
Mo.
And he was like, you got to give me a minute. I'm like, all right, I'll give you a minute. And he goes, all right. He's like, do you think you could take me down and submit me? I was like, how long do you think it would take you? I was like, under a minute, easy. And he goes, well, he's like, you think you could take me down and submit me in under a minute? And I go, absolutely.
Bro, it's the easiest thing to figure out.
Well, and that's the
Come
thing. Well, yeah. And
Any time.
Exactly.
And this isn't a dick measuring contest.
not even a little bit.
It's literally a lesson
Right.
to help people
Right.
understand the reality of what a
100%.
professional fighter brings to the table. Dude.
100%. And I was talking to him. And he's like, well, what are you gonna do? He's like, you gonna armbar me? He's like, my arms are fucking huge. I was like, I'm so strong in my arms. He's like, literally. He goes, there's no way you're gonna armbar me. And I'm way too strong in my arms. And I go, okay, I'll go to your neck. And he goes,
Yeah.
He goes, but it's like, what if I just shrug my neck and then you can't get to my neck? And I go, then I'll go to your legs. And he goes, I have really strong legs, man. He's like, I squat a lot. He's like, I really strong. I'm like, how strong are your ankles? And he goes,
Yeah.
what do you mean my ankles?
He done, yeah.
So I just went on YouTube and I just pulled up real quick. I was like,
Who's Samal Paul Harris?
yeah. I just showed up. I was like, Achilles lock. And I go, you see this? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, this is exactly what I would do to you if I got you to the ground and you were just hugging up your shoulders. I'm like, I would just break your fucking ankle. And he goes, oh. And I'm like, and it doesn't matter how strong your legs are. He's like, your ankle's your ankle. I'll fucking destroy your ankle. And if your ankle doesn't break, I'll break your knee. And I'll break it in a heel hook. I'll break it in a knee bar. And if you start doing shit like that and you leave your neck out, I'm gonna choke you unconscious. And he just kind of
Doesn't quite compute it. Well, of course he can't. You can't.
No,
You
yeah,
can't.
until you've done it. And it was so funny because later in the day, the whole time he was like, I'm coming to the gym one of these days, and I'm gonna roll with you, and we're gonna set a timer, and we're gonna see. I was like, dude, you set a timer, we'll place a bet, we'll have a bookie, and I will win all the money I want.
Yeah.
And then sure enough, after the end, he goes, yeah, I watched a bunch of videos after that. And
changed his mind?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
changed his mind. And I love the guy to death. Dude's tough as shit. Dude's a fucking, like I said, bodybuilder.
Well,
Awesome.
bro, and bodybuilding is like one of the peaks of discipline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's one of the things that's super, super impressive about bodybuilding.
Oh my God, yeah.
But bro, like when men finally take you up on that offer, and sometimes it's not like a challenge like that. Sometimes guys come to their own conclusion.
Yeah.
Like my wealth coach came here last Tuesday, or not last 2 Tuesdays ago, and so there was a lot of people here that weren't part of jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And one of the guys said, like, dude, I want to feel this jujitsu stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he's jacked, bro. And he's like, I want to see what's up. Like, I want to feel this. And I knew what he meant. Same thing that you said.
Yeah.
But he didn't understand the levels to it at all. Right?
and it comes down not, and this is to anybody who does jiu-jitsu, it doesn't come down to what can the other person do to you. It comes down to what are you going to do to stop me from doing to you what I want to do.
Yes.
And that is the biggest differentiator between somebody who is a trained killer and somebody who is a normie.
Yeah. And so, like, normally when people are like, hey, what's up with jiu-jitsu? It's blast double to mother's milk and submit them by smashing their faces. Because that's the ultimate humiliation that you can give someone without hurting them.
Right.
Yeah.
That's all ego hurting.
100%.
We're not hurting their body.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but bro, I'm getting over this elbow injury that I'm just now, like, last week was the first time I've rolled in 2 months.
Wow.
It was you.
Yeah, I got to feel that. I was like, holy shit.
So yeah, bro, I got to get, when I get fucking healthy again, we'll
God.
get
I can't even
on.
imagine what that feels like.
Get ready, ball. Get your
I know,
muscle
right?
I literally just grab this guy in like a tie clinch and you pull him to butterfly and sweep him to mother's milk and just fucking squeeze him until he submits.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And he instantly, he put it all together in a fraction of a second, dude. You can tell he's a smart fucking dude. And he goes, oh, fuck, dude. And he goes, you're a bad motherfucker, dude. And I need to be here.
Yeah.
I need to be here. And he signed up.
There
Let's
you
go.
That's
You
what he
know
fucking
I'm saying?
should do.
But
That's the
what I'm
perfect
saying.
trial.
The
right
man, he
there.
should do
That's
that.
the fucking gift of showing. Because, bro, I was that guy, even after, like I said, a few years of wrestling and a few years of kickboxing.
Yep.
I was the guy. And you knock out a handful of college students, you're Chuck Liddell.
But you also have a fucking leg up on 99% of the population.
Right.
at
That's
that
what I'm
point.
saying.
Yeah.
But still.
But that point
to
one.
find out that there's other men that are light years ahead of you.
It's disgusting.
Light years, dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, I have to be on this journey of becoming a better, more capable human being, dude.
Yeah.
Right.
There's some dudes that have never even felt a blue belt on top of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they have that fucking delusion like your friend was talking about.
Yeah.
But here's the crazy thing. A lot of the dudes that have the delusion don't even have his discipline, size, athletic attributes that he has.
This is true. Yeah.
Right? They're drunk dudes up at that, I can't even go there anymore. Razzles.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Don't ever go to Razzles.
Okay.
Yeah,
Unless,
you don't-
unless you want to fight people.
Yeah.
No, I already do that enough. No.
Dude, I got a couple stories about
You can't
rats.
walk
Jesus
in there
Christ.
without getting sized up.
It's
It's like, dude, I don't want to fight you for no reason.
Yeah.
no, exactly. I
fuck
don't want
you-
to fight you for no money.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight you for a charge.
It's bizarre though.
It is. It's 100% true.
And that's what I'm saying. There's dudes that are still, and you look at them, it's like, dude, anytime, anywhere, any place, you can't even strike, right? No striking. It's a street fight.
Yeah.
I agree to that. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking dudes have no idea.
Zero.
And dude, Will was one of the guys. You're like, Will? Bro, you don't want to fight Will in the street.
Fuck no, you don't.
I tell Will, do you know Will, bro?
He hasn't met Will yet.
Okay,
I
bro.
think so.
Will's your people.
Okay.
right?
Okay. I
He's
love
an
that.
Islander.
He's
oh,
an Islander,
fuck
yeah.
Bro, when he gives me a fist pound, it's like, ow. You know?
Will's veins look like snakes. And every time I talk to him, I feel like I need to try and impress him.
Well, here's the thing. You just look at Will, you don't want to fight him.
Fuck no.
Some people do.
That's crazy.
Not even knowing he's also highly fucking trained, dude.
Absolutely. Will's one of those guys. I remember when the first time I came into your gym, I haven't grappled with him yet because he grapples gi a lot.
Yeah, he's mainly a gi guy.
Yeah. Which I haven't done in years, which is fine. We can get into that later on a different podcast.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I remember I saw Will for the first time. I was like, fuck, I don't want to grapple that guy. Fuck, he looks so strong. His ears are super fucked up, which means he knows what he's doing.
I might be messing this story up. So if I have something backwards, but Will went to a weigh-in for an MMA match,
Yes.
and I think either someone had to pull out of injury or didn't make weight, and it was like, "Hey, will you fill in?" And he's like, "Sure."
Oh no, different story than what I'm thinking of.
and took a fight the next morning on sure.
Fuck yeah, Will. Get on that shit. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Day before fights. That's what
Yeah.
I'm all about. Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah.
This just lets you know dude's fucking.
Yeah. I've talked to Will quite a few times. I remember one time I was like, Will, what do I gotta do to like look like you at that age? And he goes, eat a lot of spam.
It's a real Islander right
Yeah,
there.
exactly. And that's
Bro,
how you know he's a real
he's
fucking
the
Islander.
bro.
I fucking love it.
Dude, he's
You know
fucking cool.
what I love about the Islander culture is you can be hard as a motherfucker, but still give off like friendly vibes.
Yeah, super
They're the
soft.
friendliest
kind-spoken.
motherfuckers.
No,
Yeah.
white people, we struggle with that. No, seriously.
fucking
I have
literally.
people tell me all the time. Like, not anymore because the vibe of the academy, but like when I was a cop and when I was a soldier and shit, they're like, when I first met you, I was sure you were going to be an asshole. I used to hear that all the time.
Yeah.
And it kind of hurts my heart a little bit because it's like, no, I'm actually a pretty nice guy.
Fuck yeah.
But I'm always hesitant to fucking just instantly bro it up with people until I feel them out a little bit.
Yeah.
And people interpret that as being an asshole.
Yeah, dude, you know what the funniest fucking thing is about exactly to tag on to what you said? The funniest thing is I have two brothers. So I'm the middle of two brothers. One of my brothers is 3.5 years older. One of my brothers is almost exactly a year younger. And I'm not going to say I'm the chillest of them, but I'm pretty much the chillest. Like, I'm the last one that would hit you of the three of us. Like, it's just... I'm a professional fucking fighter. And my older brother always says it. He always goes, yeah, if anybody ever told me you hit them, my first question would be, well, what did you do to get him so mad that he hit you? Which is fucking hilarious.
Can you maul your older brother now?
Dude, I've been able to maul my older brother since I was 16.
Okay. Well, because you hear the stories like John Jones says when he was the light heavyweight champion, he's like, my brother can still beat my ass.
Yeah, there's always that fear there.
That's what I'm saying.
Nah.
It's that psychological advantage.
It's the elephant, the small sticks training.
of Big Brother putting your fucking head in the toilet.
100%,
And
yeah.
now he has you.
Yeah.
You
No,
know?
there's definitely a couple things where I'd be like, fuck, is he going to get me in the Chinese torture again? Like, no, he's not going to do that. He won't be able to do that. If I can get out from under Dan's, I can get out from underneath anybody.
Dan, bro.
As far as I'm concerned.
Dude, Dan, I was talking to him the other day because, I mean, he's been my main training partner for 10 years now.
Dan is one of the most... I told you the story about Arizona, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I went down to Arizona.
Oh, yeah, we were there.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
saying it was with Bilal. I went down to Arizona and trained in a couple different places, and I grappled with one of their black belts who was going to ADCC, whatever. And I remember grappling with him and just being like, "Dude, why am I getting up whenever I want? Why is this guy not submitting me? Like, Dan Stewart is 4 times, 5 times, 10 times the grappler. This guy is like,
Bro, I tell
have-
people all the time, the guy who lives at the gym
literally."
and doesn't like competition.
Yeah.
Dan doesn't like competition. I know. Because people say it all the time, why don't you compete? He doesn't want to.
Yeah.
And it's like, so Dan doesn't care about competition. And I tell people all the time, I'm not a world champion level grappler, but I was in the room with them every night.
Yep.
I was in the room with Bouchecha and Joao Assis and Lapella, all these guys every night. I know what a world champion on top of you feels. I was like, Dan, you go down and do the camp with the boys, the guys.
Yeah.
You are one of those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I believe
he
it.
is one of the nastiest grapplers I've ever
But
rolled with.
here's the interesting part about becoming the world champion, right? You have to have not only the physical attributes,
Yeah.
but then the emotional, the spiritual, and the drive and the want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like this perfect thing that has to come together
100%.
from a bunch of different angles. And it's like, oh, I know this guy. This guy was almost the thing, but he was an addict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, Charlie, I mean, I'll talk you off air. I don't want to throw anyone under the bus right now because he's a homie of mine, right?
I know a couple of guys who were like that.
Bro, they could have been the thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Except this.
Dude,
And it's sad. It
the
sucks,
list
you
is
know?
long. The list is long of the guys who, I'm 7-0, I'm 8-0 as a pro or amateur or whatever. And they get addicted to opiates,
Yes.
or they start drinking a lot, or whatever happens. Their girlfriend breaks up with them, so they, get a DV charge,
Yep.
and then they end up going to jail. And you're like, "What the fuck happened to so and so?"
Bro, for every guy for every champion sitting in the UFC right now, they have 20 guys that have done everything right behind them.
Yep.
And then there's probably thousands that just couldn't put one of those pieces together.
Yeah.
Who are highly talented people.
The shittiest thing is you're so right. And one of the things about that is one of the guys who actually is at the gym currently. And I'm not gonna say any names, but it's one of the guys who's hands down one of the most talented guys I've ever trained with in my fucking life. And we've been training partners for a long time, like from the start of my amateur career. And he's probably gonna know who he is if he listens to this, by listening to this. But that being said, dude had all the skill. I mean, we would spar. We would either be, tit for tat, or he would beat me 100% of the time. We grapple today. He still beats me. He still beats me today. And the shittiest thing is when he would go compete, it would be a completely different person.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that sucks is like you can have those guys who are those gym enforcers.
For sure,
those
bro.
guys who are in the gym, they destroy everybody. Doesn't matter who comes in the
Well,
gym.
bro, I used to have that complex with myself, dude.
Yeah.
Like I had to fight that back and forth because, man, I'd be in shape and mauling in the gym, and I'd go out and I'd get Kimura, and I'm like,
Dude,
what the fuck just happened?
Fucking tell me about it.
Right?
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to see me show up a couple times.
Yep,
And then
exactly.
I was like, oh, he's in there too.
Yep.
Yep.
Now you at least know that's in there. That
Exactly.
changes the game.
100%. And the thing is, and this is again my experience, you have to go through the fire, the flames, the whatever, the trials and tribulations in order to be able to bring that person out of you. And it's to bring the most primal you out of you. And when you literally are looking at yourself from a third person perspective and you say you've got a right and a left path, and you've got the left path or the right, whichever path it is, and one of them is I can give up, and I can take the quick way out of this, and I can die. Or the right one is I can fight this guy, and I have a chance of winning. Or I can win, and then you do. That's where people get brought to. And depending on which path you take, that's what's going to define you as a human. And this person I'm referring to, he, again, one of the most talented guys in the gym, hands fucking down. He is amazing. Like I said, still submits me to this day. Amazing striker, amazing grappler, all that stuff. And competing, he would get mental blocks.
Yeah.
And it was just that was it. That was the only thing that was the only thing stopping him from going from not that where he's at today is a bad place, because he's doing great, but from where he was as an amateur to where he could have been as a pro, in my opinion, he could have been.
Let me
way
say
better
this, bro,
than
and I'd love to get your guys' feedback because you understand competition at a much vaster level than I can even comprehend. But I've had a lot of ups and downs in competitions.
Yeah.
I've won some gold medals at big tournaments. Like I won the Seattle Open at black belt. I won the Long Beach Open at brown belt. So like I've had a couple tournaments where I was like, okay, I showed up, right? And I did well.
Yeah.
But I never had a tournament until last April when I was like, losing's not an option.
Yeah.
So whoever's in your bracket is fucking dead. Dude.
Fuck yeah.
And because Coach Will came to me and said, bro, you and I need to sign up for the Rev, which is the biggest grappling tournament in Washington, and show the whole team leading from the front that we still got it too.
Fuck yeah.
And I hadn't competed in a while. And I was like, I'm in, bro, for sure.
Yeah.
And bro, the next 2 months were some of the hardest but best vibes of the gym. And we had 50 competitors sign up.
Fuck yeah.
50.
That's a lot.
Bro, we normally have 1 or 2 at the Rev.
Yeah.
So it was literally Electric North versus everybody.
And the medals, the team medals are right behind you on the wall there.
Fuck yeah.
On the plaques. We
cool.
we won. Best team of the day, dude.
Let's fucking go.
And my match was the first match of the day because black belts go first because they have athletes to coach all day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right?
That makes sense.
And so I was like, dude, I'm going first and 50 of my students are there. there is no losing.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just, it can't work like that, because if I go out there and don't mop up, the tone is not set. I'm not giving my team a championship tone to carry through the day.
Right. Yep.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
And I was like, fuck, man, all the top level athletes will always tell you, like George St. Pierre and shit talks about, is like, dude, the mental preparation, the reps in your head,
Yep.
the incantations you say, the things you tell yourself, it's all real, dude.
It's 90% mental, 10%
That's what I was about to
physical.
say. Like fighting is literally 90% mental.
It's so crazy. And that's one of the things I envy about people like you, man, is you have that mental capability of just being like, cool, I'm going to go fight somebody. And then you just go out there and you perform at a...
Well, he already said, though, his fear goes inward.
He says
yours
that now.
goes
He's-
outward.
Yeah.
But he's bullshitting, I swear to God.
You're
He's
like,
fucking
okay,
bullshitting.
there's no fear there.
No, fuck you.
1,000. Dude, you know, kind of bringing it back, I forgot what we were talking about, but literally the first thing I think of that kind of pops in my brain as I'm about to fight is like when the announcer's there and the amount of like, people don't talk about how many people are in the cage and the spotlights are on. The first thing I think of is, what the fuck am I doing?
Every fucking time.
Every single time. That never.
Every time.
I feel it every single
What
time.
the fuck am I doing here?
Dude, you hear the crowd, the announcer, and then there's like security guards in front of you, the camera's on you. Then across the cage is another guy just eyeing you
Another
down.
man who's been
Dude.
training for months to try and kill you.
And guess what he's thinking?
Yeah.
What the fuck am I doing?
Exactly,
Exactly what he's
He's
thinking, yeah.
exactly. So that's actually funny enough that you say that. That's actually one of like, because mental warfare is so real.
Yeah,
in
it is.
MMA. So
It
that's one
is.
thing I think of. So when you see me like out there, when you say I look comfortable, I'm actually not. But I'm thinking about what that guy is thinking. Like I'm putting myself in his shoes, and I'm thinking, what would I be scared of at this moment?
Yeah.
It's almost
I'd be
like
scared of Bilal Hasan.
Yeah.
That's what I'd be scared of.
Like, fuck,
you
I'd be
motherfuckers heard it here first.
Bro, you know who's the world championship of psychological warfare before fight, in my opinion, dude?
McGregor?
Fedor.
Oh, thank God.
Fedor. Okay, this is
Bro,
before
I
I
don't
was gonna
remember
say Conor
what.
McGregor's
Bro,
like,
I
God
don't
damn it.
remember what fight this is, but I have the whole Pride series on DVD. And I
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
found this. I was watching this one night. They're announcing him, and he's like that.
Just
that
nonchalant.
absolute-
Like he's going to go buy bread.
But he goes like this. He goes.
Yeah, he's just chilling.
And wiped his nose and then wiped it on his shorts. And I was like, dude, could you show your opponent I don't give a fuck anymore, dude?
Yeah. Dude. Yeah. Did you ever see any interviews with Fedor when he was talking about exactly like what you're talking about?
Not that I can remember.
So there was one interview I watched with him, and where he was talking, he goes, "Of course I'm nervous." He's like, "I'm scared every time." He's like, "Everyone should be scared. If you're not, you're a psychopath."
Oh, okay.
And he goes, "Every time I go out there," he's like, "the reason why I like fighting is because it pays me in order to be able to provide a roof over my family's head." And he goes, "I grew up with nothing." And he goes, "Every time I go out and fight," this is when he was still wasn't.
They're taking that from me.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And he says,
that's hard,
every time I go fight, I'm imagining that person is trying to take that from me, and I'm not going to let that happen. And then you go watch him
And they
fight.
are.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
you think about it,
Yeah, essentially.
if you don't become someone, then you end up being no one.
Exactly. And then you go watch him versus Fujita, where he got rocked and then took him down and then fucked up Fujita, who was the heavyweight Grand Prix champion at one point, if I'm not mistaken. I'm probably wrong on that point. But then he goes and
He
fights.
was a bad motherfucker.
Fujita was, as far as the Japanese fighters go, he was the best heavyweight they had. And then he goes out and fights Mirko Krokop at one point. And to this day, he talks about I think it was Ariel Helwani, if I'm not mistaken, who interviewed him and said, "What was the hardest fight you ever had?" And he goes, he said Krokop was one of the hardest fights he ever had. It was the hardest fight he ever had.
Prime Crow Cop.
Horrifying.
I think Prime Crow Cop he's in the GOAT discussion for me.
Absolutely. As far as heavyweights go,
that head
absolutely.
kick.
No, dude, and it's not even the head kick, but like you just look at all the people he put away. How many people did dude,
When he knocked out Vanderlei Silva, I thought he killed him.
yeah,
Because it looked like he got shot in the fucking brain cells.
fucking crazy.
And he wasn't moving. And I was just
No.
like, oh, fuck, dude.
Yeah. Dude, I mean,
You
if
know-
anybody
you know what
hasn't
my-
watched
you know
Krokop
what?
highlights, you need to go do that.
If you got to pick like the best heavyweight fight of all time,
Yeah,
what would it be?
that's a tough one. I'd say I have two options. One is my favorite, and one is probably the best. One of my favorites is Cain Velasquez versus Bigfoot. Because it was one of the bloodiest fights I've ever seen in my fucking life.
Not the best one that happened. Your dream matchup.
Ooh. Oh, dream matchup. Oh. Fuck.
I'll go first.
Okay, go for it.
And it's sad that Fedor's not in it because like I do believe he's potentially the GOAT, right?
Yeah. As far as heavyweights
But
go.
for me, bro, I was a fucking diehard Crow Cop fan.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
I think prime Crow Cop versus prime Velasquez might be.
That's a tough one.
That's a gnarly fight.
That's a good fight. Yeah. I think I got to go prime Fyodor versus probably like John Jones, honestly. Ooh. Because think about that, man. Like,
no, you're right, dude. That's up there. I can't.
Like prime, like 2003, 2004, 2005 Fyodor.
Yeah.
Versus like 2015 John Jones. Like 10 years apart, but get them to fight each other.
That'd be insane.
That's who really is the baddest motherfucker who ever walked the face of the earth. Because those two, as far as heavyweights are concerned, are the two baddest motherfuckers.
And you know what's crazy too is Fedor's fighting for his family in Russia, and John Jones is out banging strippers and doing coke.
Hey, I mean,
I don't know if that's accurate, but he was fucking off.
Don't knock banging strippers and doing coke until you tried it, Greg.
Bro,
Okay.
no. You know what's funny is I'm actually like John Jones' biggest advocate. No, because I tell people he's not a good role model. He got arrested. I was like, since when is another man supposed to be your fucking children's role model, motherfucker?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Right?
That's absolutely true.
And if you want to outsource role models to your children, and you're upset that a man that locks himself in the cage
we're all nutcases.
kill
Like you
other
said.
men out,
Yeah.
you're concerned that he's a little too wild. Like, get the fuck out of here.
That's a clip
Bro,
right there.
That's it right
Dude,
there.
you fucking knock out Mauricio Shogun Hua when you're 22 years old and you got a bunch of money. You're the baddest motherfucker on the planet Earth.
For years to come.
You don't think that might come with a little bit of problems?
Oh my god, just a little bit.
So I don't fault him at all for
No,
that.
fuck no.
You know?
He's
And
a
listen,
bad motherfucker.
listen, motherfuckers. I get it. You did have that guy in GSP.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And DJ.
It's like, there's a couple guys that were saints, so you got to have this like thing to admire. That ain't the rest of them.
Yeah.
No.
For the most part, yeah.
No.
I wasn't ready to be anybody's fucking role model at 22. All I wanted to do was kill people. Hey, why is my role model?
Sorry to be the big that, but goddamn, I can't relate more.
Why is
Holy
my
shit.
role model just want to kill people, right? Because he's a 22-year-old fucking wild man.
Yeah, he's pumped full of testosterone. Someone gave him a gun. There you go.
Young, dumb, full of cum.
Young, dumb, full of cum. There you go.
All right,
He's
guys.
exactly right.
I give you the last word. Let me know what's next. And then, dude, I already tell you right now, we're doing this again. This is fun, bro.
Dude, that was
Dude,
too much
this
fun.
is fucking awesome. Yeah. Bilal, you got your fight coming up.
yeah.
Go first, bud.
December 20th, live on UFC Fight Pass. CFFC, I believe, 149. I'm going to be defending my flyweight championship for them against another 7-0 guy. Should be another spectacular highlight finish.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah. And
Daddy Vasal.
tell him what you're doing in February.
Okay, that's not fully.
No, shut the fuck up. It's locked in.
Okay, we're going to Japan.
Fuck
I'm gonna
yeah,
go to
we
Japan.
are.
I'll probably go back to Indonesia. Say what's up over
you
there after
motherfucker.
another
Okay.
finish.
All right.
And Vasal, you're coming along. Japan and Indonesia. You would have an insane time, dude. Indonesia.
I bet I would have
dude,
fun.
You'd have a
You know what?
time.
Maybe I'll make my last week of February that time.
Come on,
I
come on.
got the
All right. Well, I'll put your text me whatever websites, fucking social media, whatever you want.
Yes, sir.
I'll put it in the show notes below. You can swipe up, click that, talk shit to these guys.
Fuck
Let's
yeah.
fucking go.
Fuck yeah.
Tell Bilal how much you don't like Asians. All everything's
Please,
welcome.
please.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm all with it, man.
Yeah, but do it before Bilal blows himself up in the name of Allah.